Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Live from the Xfinity studio. Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday to all across the Delaware Valley. And let's bask in the greatness of Chris Sanchez. Oh my God. I love great pitching, right? Like this incredible dominant pitching. There's something about the art of pitching that it strikes me. I love, ever since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, we would go to a lot of Sunday Phillies games. And it was the Carlton day. For some reason, in my mind's eye, I always remember Steve Carlton pitching on Sunday. And it was always against the ace. The Expos had a guy named Steve Rogers. The Pirates had a guy named John Candelaria. And they would always match up the aces. And I always love when the aces matched up. And I always think about pitching. And through the years, Schilling was just incredibly dominant at times. Like you just see him, and he was that bulldog, and on a Sunday, and he would shut guys out. And then when they had the aces, I loved it. I loved 2011. I'm still upset that ended so prematurely. They were the best team in baseball, and they got tripped up by the Cardinals, and they scored one run in Game 5. Should have been a 7-game series. Anyway, all that. But watching Halladay and Lee, when Cliff Lee was dominant, because he was a lefty, when Lee was dominant, he was working fast, and he was always pounding the zone. Like, when he went south in a big way, because he was always around the zone. But when he was at his best, that left-handed thing, I love, to me, from the right side, I loved Halladay, my favorite all-time pitcher. Wheeler's right up there. I'm in love with Zach Wheeler. And Halladay and Wheeler and Schilling were all the big right-handed bulldogs. But the beauty, the elegance of the left-hander with a smooth delivery,
for Cristopher
that
Sanchez,
was
5
Carlton.
consecutive starts of at least 7
Lee.
shutout innings,
just
which
dominant.
is also
11,
a new
10
franchise
strikeouts.
record.
Well, games would be quick. And Chris Sanchez, it's amazing what he has become, Cristopher Sanchez. And he breaks the record for most shutout innings, did not give up a run in May. He walked 3 guys the entire month. He's averaging, 11 strikeouts per 9. It's insane. Limits the amount of hits. He just works beautifully. He's an artist on the mound. I mean, in the art of pitching, he's Renoir. He's that incredible. And I just, yesterday, I thoroughly enjoyed just the ball game. Forget about big picture, because so much when we follow sports, we think about the big picture. Are they a contender? Are they a World Series? Are they going to go? All that stuff. We think about that. And we lose the one moment in time. We lose the one game, sitting back and watching a ball game and just enjoying greatness. And we saw yesterday, you can see it in the left-hand corner. Great job, Jules. You see that was him. He was so special. So he's just been, every time, I can't wait till he pitches. He's that good. He's Cy Young now, I think, favorite over Mizorowski. Exactly. But what
which is also a new franchise record.
And watching him against a very good Padres lineup, you're sitting there and Tatis, Machado, Andujar, all right, Bogarts, they got good players from the right side. You got tough lefties, Jackson Merrill and Sheets, and that's a good team. And he completely befuddled them I was so enamored. I was texting with Segui, right? So my buddy David Segui, who comes on the show every once in a while, he's down in the Mexican League in Yucatan because there's a guy named Hensley Mullins. I don't know if you remember that name. He played for like the Red Sox. He was managing Yucatan, or there was somebody that was managing Yucatan in the Mexican League, got fired. Hensley Mullins takes over as the manager. He brings David along to be the hitting coach. So David's in Mexico. So we start talking, and there's nobody, he's a student of Charlie Manuel. And there's, Charlie's the GOAT when it comes to hitting. And I've learned so much about what it takes to be a hitter, like the art of hitting a baseball. It's amazing when you get chapter and verse. I love listening to Charlie just talk about hitting. And of course, he would talk about it with all those old guys, and he's, I love those, all the Stan Musial, all Anthony, let me tell you something. And Segui is his prize student. Like, nobody knows. In fact, he should be up here working for the Phillies. He's that good. So I was asking him about Sanchez, like, what makes him so difficult? And he's equally tough on right-handers, right? Like, usually lefties, the one weak spot is the right-handers. And he goes, dude, it's his changeup. His changeup is so filthy because it's got a little sink to it, and you just don't, it looks like a fastball. It's really difficult to time it. And it's so difficult to barrel it up. So if you're thinking about it, it's not just the swing and miss, right? If that thing's got a little bit of sink to it and you're out in front, well, you're gonna roll over. You're gonna roll balls over and you're gonna ground out. And so you see when he's working like that, he's just special, man. I can't talk enough about Cristopher Sanchez and what he does. And I mean, how they found him is amazing. The story of Chris Sanchez is incredible. He is, I mean, look, Skeens is good and Mizorowski's powerful. He's right there, if not the best pitcher in the National League, and with Scooble out in all of baseball. Like that, he's that good. What a game. And I love the fact that on a Wednesday afternoon in late May, you could sit back, watch a ball game, and just extract joy. I've seen a million baseball games in my life, right? A million. I covered the sport. I was on the road. I did seasons where I did 162 regular season, all playoffs, the whole thing. Been at games. I see, coach it now with kids and the whole thing. So I'm just baseball. I've been a million games. And when you see something that is relatively new, like I've seen that rain. I was in Detroit on a Tuesday afternoon. It was a day game when Randy Johnson was in Seattle, and he was at Comerica. It was just built, and he struck out 18 guys, and I was just like, wow, like I've never seen that before. Like, seeing great pitching performances, but the effortless way in which Chris Sanchez has his dominance is just special. Look at that. Look at those starts. My God. 8 innings, no runs, 10 Ks, 7 innings, no runs, 7 Ks, 9 innings, no runs, 13 Ks, 8 innings, no runs, 6 Ks, 7 innings yesterday, 0 runs, 9 Ks. And again, over that span, just 3 walks. That, my friends, is pitching. VG, I know you want to jump in before we get to Eagles.
Dude, it was awesome. Like,
so
my
cool,
buddies
right?
were like trying to get me to go out. They're like, "Day baseball, let's hang out." I was like, "I'm not going out till he breaks the record." I'm staying
Proud of
home
you, man.
on the couch. The pagan he just breaks it. The pagan's like, "Blah blah blah." I was like, "Shh." She's like, "Did you just shush me?" I was like, "It's history. It's 100 years I'm watching here. Just stay quiet for like a couple seconds." It was a great day. It was a great afternoon of baseball. I felt so good for the kid. Well, let's go. Oral Hershiser, here we come.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He's 14 and a third.
I mean, the way he's dealing.
Yeah.
But
line it up.
The art of it, dude. The art of
you
pitching.
said elegance, effortless. He's so smooth. Looks like he's not even sweating. He's like kind of The one he's jarring with guys, like joking around with them as they're making outs. Got a little lucky. It's a pitcher-friendly park.
Yes.
A couple balls may have been out here, but hey, that's the way it goes.
It's all part of it.
Yeah.
It's all a part of it.
And the 3 walks.
I mean, it's based. That's the thing that's amazing.
Crazy.
It's why, he can have these gaudy strikeout numbers and in the era of pitch counts, I mean,
he doesn't have the overpowering fastball. It's just
I told
sinker change.
I told you what Siggy said.
Yeah.
Like his fastball's good.
Yeah.
But what makes his fastball great is his changeup.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's got a little sink to it. And it makes sense, right? Like if you think about it, especially with right-handers, because you're seeing the ball better coming out of their hands, right? It's your eye level's different. It's why right-handers always have more success against lefties. So you see that, but because there's that sink, it's hard because you just naturally want to turn the ball bat over and you're going to roll the ball up.
I can't wait on it. I'm looking at he's 95th percentile chase percentage, 93rd percentage in whiff rate. I mean, it's just so it doesn't look dominant, but he is dominant. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
His body and stuff. And it goes back to the days. It was Carlton, it was Steve Rogers, it was Fernando, it was J.R. Richards when we were kids. Like, we always wanted to see these big matchups with these pitchers. And yeah, we were right there with Sanchez and Wheeler. Let's go.
Yeah, do you remember that when we were kids? Like, it felt like Sunday afternoon was always the Carlton day.
I found it the way to be the 5th day.
Yeah.
My Aunt Kim would take me. We'd always go down to see, like, crappy seats, 700 levels, see Carlton pitch. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Thank you, Matt Klentak, his parting gift.
Yes.
I mean, found him for Chris Reed.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. It's when you look at the Phillies, the great Phillies pitchers through the decades, it's interesting how they line up right. So you got the lefties, which are Carlton, Hamels, and Lee, and now Sanchez, and the righties kind of fit that bill of Schilling, Halladay, and Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we didn't have a righty with Carlton, did we? LC?
Nah.
Is LC a righty?
Yeah, he was right-handed, but there wasn't any great right-hander. Like, he was it. Like, he was the best pitcher. But the elegance of the lefty. I put Cole for stretches like Lee could be really dominant.
And he was another one who almost looked effortless when he was out there. He's an elegant pitcher.
So I think that's something to do with lefties. We were talking about the idea of why all the lefties. Notice the influx of left-handed hitters and left-handed pitchers. The idea that people are like, well, we're going to make my kids left, we're going to force them to be left-handed. Or
it's wild because in general population, like 10% of the population is left-handed.
Yeah,
and in baseball, feels like it's like 85% right now.
It is. I was having this conversation with Maspo this morning. He's like, "Oh, listen, it works out in your favor that you're a right-hander because the right-handed thing is now." And I'm like, dude,
yeah,
we went to the gym last night.
All right.
So, dude, he got up. 145
bench press.
Yes, he did it 2.5 times.
Whatever, dude. I don't even know if I could do it once.
The third time he was a little wobbly, and I because I spot him and I picked it up.
Well, you don't let the bar fall on him and give him a little lesson. Like, get up, kid. Get up, kid. You're there spotting him.
So, but it was funny, right? Like
toughen him up.
It was, he was like. It's going to add to my power. He's dying to hit one out of the big field, right?
Yeah.
And he's been close, and he's like, I got to pump. I got to pump iron.
Is he working core? You got to get the core strong.
Oh yeah. No, he's ripped. I wish.
Is he a kid? Will he be if he gets to the beach? Does he rip the shirt off, strut around?
He walks around the house
with a shirt off.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's flexing his ass.
Yeah, boss.
Today I drive him to school, right? Today was casual day because he goes to Catholic school. So today was a casual day, and he's got the black T-shirt and the black sweats with the white sneakers. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going black on black today." He's got the cologne on.
Yeah.
Oh my!
You gotta get them. I get these ads for all these T-shirts. They're like, "Oh, the celebrities wear them tight." tight on the
arms
tight in the chest, then just drapes a little bit.
Yeah.
But it really accentuates the chest and the arms.
Yeah, I need.
You gotta get him some of them for casual day.
I need to
casual day every day at Catholic school now, like once a week. I mean, or is it a special day?
No, it's a special day.
Oh, right.
No, they don't have it like that. But it was funny. But he, we're doing our big chest.
Does Ant come with you?
Yeah, he's.
He doesn't want to mess around. You weaklings.
No, he's away.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He lives a better life than I do.
Crew again.
So he has. They call it third semester.
Okay.
And they do these trips. Last year he went to Costa Rica.
Oh wow.
To help. He worked with a village.
Yeah.
He was like building a soccer field.
Yeah. With
the kids and stuff. And this time he's in Pigeon Key, Florida.
What?
Yeah. And it's like this. It's this environmental island, like kind of an island.
Yeah.
And there's like a turtle hospital and all this stuff.
Oh man!
And so
he likes the reptiles, right? He's like,
loves it.
Yeah.
So he does all that. So they do all that stuff. So in the midst of snorkeling and
Now, is that included in regular tuition or is that extra?
No, it's extra. That's why I have to work 17 jobs.
My God!
Right? I'm not going on vacation.
My God!
And he's away, and then he comes back, and he's going to the Naval Academy rowing camp.
This kid's going to be an Olympian. I can feel it.
And so he's doing that. So Moss, we're, gym. So he and I we've been regular with it.
Yeah.
And he loves it. Like I had him do.
Is he a big grunter at the gym? Or
No, we were laughing because there was a guy that would.
Oh, this guy's driving me nuts.
Right.
Then they throw down the weights.
And Moss was looking at me and he's like,
yeah,
it was
J.O. He knows he's a J.O.
Yeah, it was funny. But I have him doing chin-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, dude. Like we do our chest. And before we start with chest, and then we go to chin-ups, right? And so I'm like, all right, let me see you do. He got to 9.
Wow.
On the first one. And I'm like, all right, now you got to do 6 and then 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did 6 and 4.
All right.
And so.
Now you got to move to where.
And then we do arms. And then, buy some tries.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our stuff, Usually we do the chest and tries and back and buys and that sort of thing.
I see those guys, they do the chin-ups and the pull-ups with they got a belt with like a giant weight attached to them to make.
Yeah. He's not ready for that. Just getting his own body. I mean, he's probably
How about dips? We doing dips?
$110. Yeah, we do dips. Yeah, we do our donkey kicks for his tries.
Yeah.
Like he's into it. So like I figured whatever. You're in 7th grade, dude. Like here you go.
Yeah,
and he's pretty ripped. I'm jealous. It's pretty cool. But it's funny, like the young baseball, like how they just look at it and. So I'm like, dude, come down here. Because these kids, they watch stuff on their phone, the highlights.
Yeah.
And he was pretty enamored by Sanchez. It was pretty cool.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was great to watch.
It's awesome. All right. Yesterday, Eagles. So
I didn't see much of this. Nick must have had no good quotes yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, we have his news conference. We'll play some in Love Philly. So we'll have it for you. It wasn't nothing really kind of outrageous. I mean, obviously they were asking about A.J. and Jalen. Gave a very good, gave the kind of human answer, which is what you expect. And
I mean, I did hear he was like, "Oh, we're still close," but he hasn't talked to him since the end of the season.
No, I mean, listen,
I'm close with my buddy from college. We talk every other week. That's close.
Yeah. No, he's not. Listen, I mean, the one thing about Jalen, he's great at not saying anything. Like at being professional.
Yeah.
Like he's a pro, right? Like
he's a pro.
There's no need, this is why I respect him. There's no need to even dive into that situation. Yeah. Like what do you got to lose? And I'm an AJ fan. Like I love AJ. And I'm afraid of the slander that's going to come. It's already happened.
From AJ?
No, about AJ. Oh. It's already happened. Like, you turn on the radio And it's like, listen, if you spent 5 minutes down there, you'd realize how much AJ's loved, right? Like, listen, it's the whole, I mean, it boils down to the offense isn't like this marriage isn't for him. And listen, there's a degree of, I think, pride. You want to call it selfishness or pride or whatever it is. But I think he looks around the league and he sees guys getting 13 targets and 175 yards. And I think he wants to do that. Now, good luck if you think you're going to do that in New England. But, I do think that's part of the issue, that you're just not on the same page.
Yeah, I think that's right. And, I mean, wide receivers are inherently selfish in nature, but if it's the guy who thinks he's got Hall of Fame talent, he probably does have Hall of Fame talent, but he's not put up Hall of Fame numbers. He wants a chance. He wants something better to happen. If they can split amicably, yeah, man, all more power to it. But
I don't think because Jalen's already. I mean, you saw
Jalen's a class act. He's always class.
He's not going to. There's not going to be any of that drama inside.
But I mean, you'll learn nervous that they're saying no first round pick. Rumors are Pats aren't giving the first round.
I don't know, dude. I don't know
where's that coming from. Is that the Pats side or the Eagles side?
I don't know what to believe. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, like someone's throwing that out there, hoping that someone else like, we'll just give him a bottom end first rounder.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. What the comp's going to be.
Nothing makes sense. It's been close, and now they're like, they're not close. Patriots aren't giving up a first.
Yeah, again, that one. I think Howie's dancing.
Yeah,
I think he's dancing.
I mean, the Patriots really trying to play hardball. I mean,
yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, I do. I think, and I think Howie, I mean, listen, Howie's a brilliant general manager, and he's always got the leverage. It's not his doing, but he doesn't have leverage.
Right.
And that's just because of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard, it's hard navigating the waters when you don't have leverage. It's a lot of perception, right? So it's interesting. I do know that,
I almost feel like
the Rams thing was real.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey G said.
Yeah,
he went to bed thinking it was happening.
Before that,
He woke up the next morning, it was off. I mean, really, you call that Patriots bluff. It's just like, all right, you're going to go. You want to go? You just made a Super Bowl run. You want to go back with that wide receiver core without AJ? Go ahead. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Romeo Dobbs? Go ahead.
I know. I mean, again, I hope, I want the one because obviously you want the one. And
yeah, it's got to be a one.
You're hoping.
When you see what Jalen Waddle went for,
I mean, that's
got to be a one. He went for a 1 1/3.
I mean, that's the thing. All right. We got lots to get to today. Coming up, Realski Sielski. Our man, Mike. Listen, I urge you to listen to the interview that Mike and Rob Ellis did with Mr. T. Fabulous. Oh, just absolutely fabulous. We'll talk about it. It's really good. We'll talk to Mike. Go 4 for 4 every week with Mike. We do our rounds. We'll do that. And then the editor. We had to flop Mike and Pat. The editor comes up at 10 for his headlines of the week. And 11:15, our buddy Bo Wulf, who was down there yesterday, will give us all things Eagles. So that's your menu. Lots to kind of dive into. First, let's talk about our friends. Talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. OKC Spurs Game 6. I got to believe it's a Wemby night. He's been relatively quiet, so I'm kind of believing this is a Wemby night. It's been a tough series to figure out. It's actually fascinating because whoever wins, I want to beat the Knicks.
Spurs are -3.5.
Yeah, it's a Spurs line. You're like OKC feels like.
The league wants OKC. The league gets what the league
wants OKC. Whatever. Lots to get to.
Sanchez is a +150 for the Cy Young.
+150. Look at that.
He's the favorite
for the Cy Young. Anyway, lots to do on the app. The casino games, the slots, it's all right there. New customers get $500 bonus back in your first 24 hours, plus 250 spins on the soccer-themed slot game, Gold Trio Soccer. I love it, Soccer Gold Trio. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now let's talk about Xfinity and the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. We need reliable Wi-Fi. Got to have it in the house. Everybody's online. Everybody's playing video games. You're trying to do work. You're trying to watch stuff. It's all there. That's where Xfinity comes in, makes everything in your home work together, finds and fixes problems before you notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And it lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. The best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees, Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from me, a lot changed in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi should stay reliable and the price should stay put. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Now, joining us from the Inquirer, great columnist, Mike Sielski.
Sielski, here comes Mike Sielski.
Good morning, Michael.
Morning, Ant. Morning, VG. Good to be with you guys.
Sielski. So before we start, we got to talk tea. All right?
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Dude, great job. You and Robbie E.
Outrageous.
It was scintillating radio. Just awesome.
Well, we can't take any credit for it. We just brought him on the air and let him go. He's actually going to be in town this weekend. There's a pop culture expo at the convention center Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're going to bring in all these actors and actresses who have been in comic book movies, and like Orlando Bloom's going to be there, and Elijah Wood from the Lord of the Rings movies, and the guy who played Superman on Smallville and all that. And Mr. T is going to be there. So one of his PR people reached out to me and Rob, local Philly guy, Jim DiLorenzo, who used to be the SID at Villanova, and said, hey, would you guys want to interview Mr. T? And I think before he got the T out, I said yes.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
The greatest thing was you guys are interviewing. You remember back in the day, it would be like Mr. Snyder when you talk the Flyers. You guys, it's Mr. T, but it sounded so reverential. Like, Mr. T, can we ask you this? You guys were like two little kids interviewing. It was awesome, awesome. I stayed driving in my car just to listen to it. It was awesome.
It reminded me of the days when I worked at the Wall Street Journal, VG, and you had to use honorifics. You had to use Mr. or Miss or Mrs.
Yeah.
And it was like you're interviewing Meatloaf, and you had to refer to him as Mr. Loaf.
I mean, he's still got charisma and character. He's phenomenal.
He's like the nicest guy in the world, too. Like, just remembers where he came from, his mom went well. He's just like the nicest, sweetest, mean guy in the world.
Yeah, and the stories he told about Rocky III, about how, he got the part because other actors and fighters in particular had they couldn't handle the idea that the character of Clubber Lang would lose to Rocky in the end. Their ego couldn't deal with it, and he's just like, whatever, man, I'm going to be in a movie with Sylvester Stallone. Bring it on.
I didn't understand that. Like, you get that chance to play that's a great character.
Yeah, but I think this is more common in Hollywood than people realize, right? You have all these leading men, for instance, who don't want to play characters who are weak because when they walk down the street, people perceive, I'm trying to think of an example, like people think Christian Bale is Batman.
Right.
So, if you have to play the guy who gets beat up by Batman or loses to Batman, you're kind of lesser, in everybody's eyes.
I love that they wanted to get him an acting coach, and Stallone was like, no, just let him be. How he is.
Which is
cool
brilliant.
Was, yeah, and he embraced all the lingo, all the sayings, prediction, pain, he repeated my favorite line from the A-Team, shut up, fool, you ain't no fish. It was great.
Shut up, fool.
He delivered that one great. I ain't no fish. Gave a little grunt with it.
It was a lot of fun. It was very easy for me and Rob. We literally just had to cut in every once in a while and kind of steer the conversation a different way.
Yeah.
You know what was brilliant about the movie, right? Like, is that you got the whole character of this dude from Chicago, right? He's working out and in the whole, the basement, sweaty, and Rocky's all like now he's the champ and the whole thing. It was actually a very good plot line when you think about it. How he was ducking him, right? Mickey was ducking him, and then they have to go to L.A. And the whole idea of Apollo trading him and taking him to L.A. was it was actually very good.
It really was. It really was. Yeah. And that's what makes that character so cool. The character of Clubber Lang. He's a perfect villain. I just referenced Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, that's the plot of The Dark Knight Rises, right? Like, Batman is Rocky. He gets soft. And then there's Bane, like, training in the pit. And he comes up and kicks his ass. And then Batman has to get tough again. And, that's a plot that's going to work at multiple levels. And it's what makes that movie so cool to rewatch.
Mike, it's up as a standalone.
I never saw Batman.
You never saw Batman?
No.
The Dark Knight trilogy is great. Like,
I know my buddy Bobby loves it.
I'm not a huge superhero guy. I'm not a huge superhero fan. I don't watch any of the Marvel movies, but the Dark Knight trilogy is it's like a superhero trilogy taken if like Michael Mann directed it.
Yeah, no, and again, Christian Bale. I'm a huge Christian Bale fan.
Yeah. Mike, it's up as a standalone podcast, right? Your interview, if people want to check it out.
Yeah, if you go to the the Odyssey website or app, or you go to the iTunes app for Rob and my show, it is a standalone interview. It's about 30 minutes, so you can just listen to that and tune out all the stuff that Rob and I are talking about.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. What a character. Because we still do the lines, man. I mean, all the time. I mean, when prediction pain comes over, anytime I hear the word prediction, pain.
Pain. The underrated one is when they're facing each other in the ring before the second fight, and Clubber says, "Gonna bust you up," and Rocky says, "Go for it." Great.
Yeah, you're like, "All right, Rock, go for it." I love that. The best is though, "Hey woman,
Just a real man.
Hey woman." That's great.
Hey man, if it hadn't been for that movie, all the 40 years plus since, controversy over where to put the Rocky statue would never have existed, right?
Yeah.
It's funny, Rob and I are doing our next show this Saturday inside the art museum.
I saw that. That's cool, man.
Yeah, well, they have an exhibit there now around Rocky and around boxing, and they moved the statue inside. So we're going to be right near the statue. Come on out to the art museum 10 to 1 on Saturday, and you can come hear us do the show and check out a pretty cool exhibit.
That's awesome. That's very cool. I love that.
It's excellent.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. All right. Speaking of awesome stuff, can we talk about Sanchez? Like, one of the reasons why I got into sports writing was because of portraits like yesterday, right? Like this snapshot in time of this beautiful left-hander creating this masterpiece, right? Like I was talking about, it's like a Renoir, man. Like effortless. Just, I could close my eyes and I just see just how masterful. And it reminded me of Carlton and at times Lee and Hamels. It's this left-handed beauty that's there. Let's gush over it, man, because this is what drew me into wanting to write about sports.
Yeah. Two things leap to mind when I think about what Cristopher Sanchez is doing right now. And number one is this is dramatic. And having great starting pitching in baseball and allowing it to go deep into games is dramatic, no matter how good your team is. Even if the Phillies were in last place and hadn't been playing well since the 9-19 start, people would be captivated by Cristopher Sanchez in the same way you're talking about with respect to Steve Carlton in 1972. That is a component of baseball that has been missing for so long. It's dramatic to see a pitcher take a shutout into the 8th or 9th inning. It's dramatic to see. We just had the other night a combined no-hitter. Is there a more meaningless achievement in sports than the combined no-hitter?
Dude, I'm so with you. In fact, somebody wrote a piece, I forget who, shame on me, but it was like, they shouldn't count. And I agree. Right. Like,
I
if
completely
you share a no-hitter, it's not a no-hitter.
I agree completely. We've taken a lot of and I know it's kind of counterintuitive and like it cuts away from the team's success, but like individual achievement and excellence is a big reason you watch sports, and baseball in particular, because it's such an individualized sport. So the fact that Sanchez is doing this is dramatic and captivating. The other thing is it gets me thinking to how big a deal this was when Oral Hershiser went for the record, the all-time record, back in 1988. I was 13 years old at the time. I tracked every single one of his starts. The Phillies were awful in 1988. They were freaking terrible. But man, knowing that Oral Hershiser was going after Don Drysdale's record gets back to what I just said. That's drama. That's interest. And then to watch the way the kid is pitching, my God. I mean, it's not like he's just walking out there and throwing 102 and blowing everybody away. He's a pitcher. He's a pitcher. And that's, I love watching that.
Yeah, I do too. I love watching, and he's left-handed, and it's different than the righty. It just
looks better. Everything a lefty does on a baseball field looks better than a righty doing it. Whether it's a batter swinging, a pitcher throwing, everything.
I know. It's our eyes. I mean, I don't know. It's flipping it. It's the truth. I was having a conversation. I felt compelled to text my buddy David Segui, who was down. He's like, I go, dude, because he studied on the Charlie. Like, he knows hitting more than anybody I know. This dude is a masterclass in hitting. He's unbelievable at it. So I go, all right, what makes Sanchez so tough to hit? And he said, dude, his changeup, and it's got sink to it.
Yeah.
He said his changeup is the fact that it looks just like his fastball. It just puts your mind into a pretzel. And you're always, it's so hard to get it flush, right? Like it's so hard to get it flush. Either you're throwing the bat at it, right? Because you're fooled, or you're turning the ball over and it's going to be a ground ball because you're not barreling it. It's so hard to barrel up.
Yeah, I love a left-hander with a changeup. I loved Cole Hamels' changeup. Back in the day when I was working at the Bucks County Courier-Times, I did this gigantic story about just his changeup, like who taught him how to throw it, how does he grip it, et cetera, et cetera. You know, the whole Tom Glavine thing, Fernando back in the day throwing the screwball that was really, you know, kind of a funky changeup.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And to Segui's point, like if you're a hitter, you can know with certainty that Sanchez is going to throw that pitch in a particular spot, and you still might not barrel it up because he just hides it so well.
That's it.
You have to hold out for the chance that he's going to blow a 96-mile-an-hour fastball by you.
That's it. I mean, that's the essence of pitching, right?
Yeah.
Which is that if you can replicate your changeup and just like that in your motion, it was why Gooden. I mean, if you go back to when Gooden was dominant, like Gooden's between his changeup and his curveball. I mean, his curveball was 20-some miles an hour slower than his fastball. The way he did it was ridiculous. But he had a changeup to go with that fastball, and it's just such a weapon, man.
And so let's bring this back to the present day and to another Phillies pitcher with one more historical reference. I read an interview once with Greg Maddux where he was asked about how he can get hitters off balance so much. And he said, if you stand on an overpass and watch the traffic go by, after a while, no matter how fast the cars are going, they could be going 100 miles an hour, each one. The one that's going 80 stands out because it looks so much slower compared to all the other ones going 90 or 100. He said, pitching's the same way. You've got to work from changing the hitter's anticipation. Like you can work from 80 to 90 much better and much more efficiently, Maddux thought, than working like 90 to 93, okay? Because you can deceive the hitter more. I'm saying this after his best start in a while, but I think Aaron Nola should start thinking in those terms. Stop trying to throw 93, 94. Work more off-speed stuff. Work, because he's going to live on the
Here's the
corners
problem
one way or
with that. Here's the problem. There's one problem. He threw his four-seamer 14% of the time against the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
All right? That can work on a given day. But you're throwing your other stuff for strikes, especially your curveball, your breaking ball, is not sustainable. You have to throw your you got to throw your four-seamer is how you throw strikes. That's your most accurate pitch. And if you can't, now I'm not saying you want to throw 30%, but I don't think, because I've heard this before, this argument, I don't think that's sustainable. Because you're out of the strike zone, and if hitters aren't looking for your fastball, you're in trouble. Like,
is there a way for him to locate it, even if it means sacrificing 3 to 4 miles an hour on it?
The issue, it would have been before ABS.
Yeah.
Because you got more of a leeway in the zone.
Yeah,
but with ABS,
you gotta be perfect. Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's like you gotta, when you want to talk about paint, you can't go out of the lines, man.
Yeah.
That's the only way. And you gotta be down. Like, that's why I'm dubious to whether or not he can save it. Like, I get what you're saying, and it's logical, but I just don't think you can survive throwing your fastball, your four-seamer, 14% of the time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's Nola he's fascinating to me. I think a lot of him as a person, he's been great to deal with over the years. And, I'm always kind of fascinated by the hatred, so to speak, that comes out from people. I don't think it's hatred as much as frustration that he so often gets a hitter with 2 strikes and can't put him away and gives up home runs and all of that. But, for his sake, I'd like to see him get sorted out.
I would too. I like him. I've always liked him. And I think, the ABS hurt him more than anybody. Like it's just, that's the kind of, because he would get those calls. And when he was getting those calls, it's tough, because now all of a sudden, like the other night, where, you're away to right-handers, you're crossing the zone against right-handers, that could be effective. When you catch too much part of the plate,
yeah, you get hammered.
Fireworks,
Yep.
It's interesting. All right, let's cover Eagles. And I'm curious at what your thoughts were yesterday as Nick and Jalen meets the media for the first time this year.
Look, they're saying all the things they need to say. I thought Jalen was a little more open. He seems much more comfortable talking to the media now than he did 2 years ago, even 3 years ago. Maybe it's just the offseason, for all I know. But I didn't hear anything that stood out to me. They're going to say all the right things about Sean Mannion and the offense and where everybody is at this point. The proof will be in the pudding when we see how they line up in training camp and who's where and, where they all kind of stack up there. So I didn't hear anything that jumped out to me, as, that's concerning, or, that's awesome. I think we tend to make too much of this stuff sometimes.
Yeah, he's the consummate pro. Hey, listen, we're worried about installing a new offense, and hey, listen, whatever happens, like AJ, the greatness that we had together,
nobody will take that away. Yeah.
Listen,
I didn't expect him to say, "Hey, AJ, don't let the door hit you in the rear end on the way out," like that.
But let me ask you a question about AJ, because AJ fascinates me. Where you line up, I like AJ. I know him a little bit, not great, but I know a lot of guys that love him, right? And I still don't think, I hear people and, professionalism and, TO and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not who he is.
No, I think he is a guy who wants to be great and knows he can be great.
Yeah.
And wants to put himself in the best possible position to be great. And I admire that about him. I really do. I don't think it comes down to give me the ball so I can get my money. I think it comes down to, I can do amazing things on the field. I think what he said is true. And this is probably true of a lot of receivers. You generate your greatest satisfaction in some of the little things in what you do as a professional. And for AJ, that's dominating a cornerback on a particular play. And that's not something that fans are going to respond to necessarily. It's akin to you or me writing a piece, and there's something in the course of like reporting the piece or writing it that only we know about, that we did to get the interview or get the detail or turn the phrase. And it's like, yeah, I want more chances to feel that and get that. And I honestly think that's the way AJ looks at this. I think
I
he's a really
agree.
smart guy, and he's an emotional guy. And I think it's hard to translate that in today's age of media coverage, because we don't get a ton of time with these guys to kind of plumb those depths. I've said this before, like bring Gary Smith out of retirement and have him spend 6 months with AJ Brown, and we would have all our questions answered about who AJ Brown is as a person and a player.
Yeah, he's the greatest. Oh, man. Living in Charleston, living a dream in Charleston.
Yeah, still working on that novel, man. I don't know when he's going to finish.
I know. I keep waiting for him. I'm like, yo, dude, where you at? I want to hear it. I want to read it.
He did that great piece on Philly fans during the 2008 World Series run, right? He came and hung out with a bunch of us.
Dude, that was me bringing him around.
Yeah, you brought him around. Yeah,
I brought him around. I brought him to all the spots.
Yeah.
So I always loved it because we were very close that year. Like he was up all the time. He's a good friend. And so I would bring them all around. I said, dude, here's what you got to do. Cliff Lee was living at the Rittenhouse Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you got to follow the Rittenhouse. You got to take his route to the ballpark.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop in neighborhoods along the way. And we're going to talk to people to get the melding of the neighborhoods. He's like, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So I picked him up and we took his route, right?
Mm-hmm.
I deviated a little bit so we could meet certain neighborhoods, be in certain neighborhoods, certain people. And he captured it, the whole essence of the vibe, because he's such a brilliant guy.
Well, he is a LaSalle alum, so, we have those traits. We tend to, including the guy who's coming on after.
LaSalle University guys are worse than us North Catholic high school guys. My God. Hey, oh, man.
Real quick, get back to AJ. The idea of pursuing greatness, like, I think you're so right. Like, it's interesting. Yeah, like he won, and I think when he talks about it being a little empty, I don't think it was like not winning, but I think he looks at it like, man, I'm leaving a lot on the table. Like you watch these other receivers, Smith and Jigba, right? You see the Puka, and he's like, I can do that. And maybe if I was in a different offense with another quarterback that's, I have a better connection with, I think that's the root of all of this.
Yeah, I agree. I've been trying to think of like an analogy for this. To me, it would almost be like the equivalent of a writer like being part of a reporting team that won the Pulitzer Prize. And then that writer goes back to like just covering high school sports or something like that. Like now that you've gotten a little bit of a taste of it in a group setting, you kind of want it for yourself individually. Yeah. And I don't hold that against him. I really don't. I think the nature of his position, the nature of certain positions and certain professions, people are wired that way. I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think you're probably right. He wants more for himself. And it's not like money, and it's not the accoutrements that come with fame and success. I think it's more like it's like what Ted Williams said, right? I want people to when I walk down the street, they say, there goes the best hitter who ever lived. And I think AJ wants people to say, there's the best receiver in the NFL and one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. All right, quickly, we'll move the Flyers. The playoffs and what happened with Torts and Vegas, which is an incredible story. Has that given you any idea or insight into Flyers rebuild? Like, Vegas is a defensive team.
Yeah, I've thought about this a bit because Vegas has been good from the moment it showed up. Like, I don't think it's just something that I don't think it's a system thing with them hockey-wise. They're doing something in their organization. And I heard Charlie's discussion with you yesterday. Maybe they're just so cutthroat about everything that's the key to their success. But yeah, the style of play that they're playing this year, like that's Torts all over. Like that is, we're going to block shots. We're going to be tougher than the other team. We know what we have to do to win these games. We don't mind winning 2-1. And they're not going to play up and down hockey. I mean, even when Torts back in the day with Tampa, when they won the Cup and beat the Flyers on the way there, they had LeCavalier and St. Louis and Dave Andrechuk and,
That's
defensemen who could
buffed
carry the
out.
puck.
Dave Andrechuk.
Defensemen who could carry
You're
the
a great
puck.
hockey guy.
I try to be. And they still won games 2-1 and 3-2. They weren't in shootouts all the time.
Right.
That's the way Torts wants to coach and wants his teams to play. So, I think Tockett's instincts are right. And it brings us back to the Mishkov thing, right? Like you can't be teaching a young player to freelance. You can't just tell him go do whatever you're going to do. And as long as you end up with 27 to 35 goals at the end of the season, it's all good. That's not going to lead to a winning team. It's just not. And I think Vegas is a pretty good example of that.
I know. And it's amazing, man. Mishkov is the most polarizing athlete in a long time. It's wild. And it's like, it's funny. I'm like, I love the kid. I mean, I love what the kid could be. But it's like, we've seen when you turn the keys over to a young player, man, they'll drive it, off a bridge. I mean, I remember the Simmons thing.
Yeah.
And B got too empowered early in his career.
Yeah, I think we've probably talked about this before. I think a lot of this comes down to the post-traumatic stress that Flyers fans have been feeling in the aftermath of total irrelevance for more than a decade. They've just seen so many first-round picks flame out, guys who were supposed to be great who weren't. They see the potential in Mishkov, and they want it now, and they don't want to hear anything about how he's got to kind of go through a rite of passage here before he can become the player everybody wants him to be.
Yeah. All right, last one is Hoops. Do you root against the Knicks? Where are you at? You're rooting for the Knicks?
No, I heard this weekend. He's a Knicks sympathizer. He likes the Knicks.
Say that. That's right.
This guy's a Knicks fan.
Look, I got to cover the 3 Villanova players when they were at Villanova. They were a blast to cover. I got to cover them in both of the national championship runs. I love the way the Knicks play, and I'm a believer that, generally speaking, sports are better when the New York teams are good. And that's doubly true of the Knicks, because the Knicks tap into the culture of New York almost as well as the Yankees do. I don't root for the Yankees or long to see the Yankees be great. But I have friends who are Knicks fans who have covered the Knicks, and the Garden when the Knicks are great is pretty cool. And it's better for the NBA. It's just more interesting when the Knicks are good.
I mean, listen,
don't agree.
It's hard to argue. Well, no, only because, listen, when you're up there, it's intoxicating.
You can feel it.
I sat across from Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
I remember walking by her and talking to her. And
Had a guy.
Well, she's a Paisan, so.
I was covering the game when Van Gundy was getting thrown around by Alonzo Mourning when he was on his leg and he was shooing him off like that.
Chewing his ankle.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I understand where you're coming from. It's just the fans is
sports has been great. Eagles won the Super Bowl while the Giants stunk. Been great. Didn't say, this Super Bowl would have been so much better if the Giants were more competitive.
I'm not saying it would have been better.
It's better when the Knicks are good. The Knicks haven't been good for 30 years. Come on.
I know, but think back to when the NBA really had a hold on us. It was the Knicks against the Bulls. The Knicks were good.
It was Celtics, Sixers, Lakers. Not the Knicks.
That was before. He's going back.
The NBA in the 90s was pretty great. The NBA in the 90s was pretty great.
No.
John
Starks, get out of
here. I'm going to root against them because I don't want to see them win. I'm fine. You're in the finals. I agree. And I love Brunson. And I love and Bridges, obviously, he's like family. So if they were wearing any other uniform, there's just something about those fans. And when they were here over the last couple of years, it just soured me. It's not anybody's fault because Eagle fans do the same thing.
Yeah, and I'll say this. The one part of New York sports fandom that I do find insufferable
the celebrity
is when it's not just the celebrity, it's like the shaping of a New York team into an underdog. That is so rare to happen.
Yeah.
The 69 Mets and the Giants the year they beat the undefeated Patriots, that's fine. But you're New York. You're the 800-pound gorilla. Come on, stop trying to be, that irks me. So in that way, it's even better that the Knicks are this good, because it's not like they can be painted as a Cinderella. They're just
Yes.
beating the pants off everybody.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. You have any tournaments this weekend?
Yeah. One in North Jersey Friday, and then one in York on Sunday.
In York?
Not New York. York,
York,
2
PA,
hours
yeah.
west. Yeah. So,
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
my wife
Get
Kate's
some
got some
peppermint
driving
patties
memories.
while you're out
How's
there.
he doing? Is he good?
He's good. He qualified for the Junior Olympics each of the last 2 years.
Nice.
So, and he's good and getting better. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Keep us updated, dude. I think that's awesome. That's so cool.
I will. He found his thing, and that's, this as a father, that's all you want for your kids.
That's it.
They find their thing, and then you just hand over the credit card for the thousands of dollars that you have to pay
Trust
for
me.
everything. Our buddy Steve Politti at NJ.com's got a great project going where he talked to like 100 parents and coaches in youth sports in New Jersey about how expensive it is and ridiculous.
Tell
it
him to
is.
call me. I got
Yeah.
stories.
Got receipts.
A lot of stories. Oh, God. Mikey, we love you, buddy. Great stuff, man. Always, man. You're the best.
All right. Thanks, fellas.
I pity
Tell
the
Pat I
fool
said
that
hey.
doesn't like you. See you, pal.
See you guys.
Sielski.
Forrest Jones has revoked Sielski's Philadelphia card.
It is like it's seduction is what I'll call Madison Square Garden.
Right. I get it. I don't have it
Seduction.
at all, but I get you guys all have it.
Like, here's where you got to be able to resist the temptation. Like, you're there, and it's Manhattan. And when I was covering, it was like the height of Manhattan coming back, and it's the center of the universe, right? Like the whole thing. And there, I'm walking, and there's J-Lo, and there's Madonna, and I'm walking by. My seat is right, like I can, get a popcorn and throw it at Madonna, right? Like it was like that, and it's that kind of, and it's the Garden, and it's intoxicating, seduction.
Yeah.
It's like the devil's advocate
Oof.
in New York.
Yeah.
But I mean, I never, I was so provincial, even back then.
I would hope so.
But I was like, I had no couth, right? Like, I was just,
Yeah.
face the corner, Philadelphia.
Yeah,
And they hate, the team they hated the most wasn't the Eagles. The Flyers.
Oh.
They
Yeah,
hated the Flyers. Hated it. Like, because you had the Rangers.
Yeah, man.
And they blue shirts. I didn't do a ton. I did some Rangers, like just stories and all, but I didn't do a lot of it. But anytime like that, they're Philadelphia, And when they say Philadelphia.
They want to be. That city would have loved to have been the bullies.
Yes.
Right?
Everybody's jealous.
They'll never have the bullies.
Right.
That's always up.
Right. It's still one of the greatest stories ever. Ever is that team.
Yeah.
Still insane. All right, let's take a quick TO. We'll come back with Pat, the editor. We love our editor. Pat McLoone coming up next. First, a word from our friends.
Upgrade your home for less during Ashley's Memorial Day event. Right now, save up to 20% on beautifully crafted Ashley furniture or take advantage of 60 months, no interest financing, 0 interest, and that's with no minimum purchase. Looking to sleep better? Get free upgrades on select adjustable bases, plus king-size comfort for queen-size pricing on select Ashley mattresses. These Memorial Day deals won't last, so don't wait. Shop in-store or online at Ashley today. For the past 30 years, Golden Nugget Jewelers has operated out of the very same location in the heart of Philadelphia. Customers from across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even Baltimore, New York City have come to Golden Nugget Jewelers to find that perfect engagement ring, wedding band, or gift. Their staff is highly trained and dedicated to providing a personalized experience. I've gone there a couple of times. I had to replace a diamond in a ring. I had to get a necklace. They're not pushy. The staff is super informative. It's just a great shopping experience. They have a vast selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, along with high-end watches, fashion jewelry, sparkling diamond necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and everything else you could think of. You receive a final cleaning and written appraisal with every engagement ring purchase. And Golden Nugget Jewelers, they're family-owned. They've been operating since 1987, right there on Chestnut Street at 8th in downtown Philadelphia. You deserve an expert, and you deserve the best price. Golden Nugget Jeweler, where Philly gets engaged. Visit goldennuggetjewelry.com Upgrade your home for less during Ashley's Memorial Day event. Right now, save up to 20% on beautifully crafted Ashley furniture or take advantage of 60 months no interest financing. 0 interest, and that's with no minimum purchase. Looking to sleep better? Get free upgrades on select adjustable bases plus king size comfort for queen size pricing on select Ashley mattresses. These Memorial Day deals won't last, so don't wait. Shop in store or online at Ashley today.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
This just in, ladies and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea. It's time for headlines from the editor's desk with Pat McLoone.
Yes, there he is.
Good morning,
Say
boys. How
more
are you?
here.
How's everybody doing?
What's up,
What do you say, buddy? Did you go down the shore for the Memorial Day? America's guest?
It takes an awful bad forecast for us to take a pass. We took a pass. And it was everything they said it would be. You know, you couldn't even Rich and Mary are so close to the water that, you know, even if it's not a beach day, you got the deck and able to see the water. Couldn't even sit out on the deck this weekend. Too cold, too rainy. So we took a pass.
Really? I would
Yes.
think, listen, for you, it's good drinking weather.
That's true. That's true. And the great Twisty's Tavern is back in the Seattle area, which is a beautiful thing.
Everybody's fired up about Twisty's return.
Yes, shrunken heads on the.
Yeah.
And,
I have a
it
bunch
is-
of my friends sharing pictures of it all being back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to Twisty's
That's
myself.
I don't know. I mean, the smell of the sea air, man, I don't care if it's raining. There's something about. I would think a cold, like, I wouldn't think it would dissuade you thinking about the Irish Sea.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Very rarely does it, but this one did.
Okay.
And you're right about the air. I've always felt that there's a causeway going into Seattle. To this day, and, you know, I've been going down there for, you know, met my wife down there. When you go over the causeway in the town, you can kind of visibly feel your shoulders. It just, anything that, you know, might be stressing you or whatever, it just goes right out of you. It's absolutely my happy place.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It melts. It completely melts away. It's the negative ions from the sea that just melted away.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
And your previous guest would agree with me. He's a Seattle man. Mike's a Seattle man. So
that's great. That's great. Did you watch yesterday? Like pitch by pitch?
Pretty much. That was good. Happy hour. That was a great happy hour kind of a game, a West Coast game in the middle of the week. And oh man, it was rough because you thought that the Phillies were racking up the innings where they didn't score a run for them, but they got it done. And we're going to break the Phillies into two today. And you know, we always try to end on a high note. So one of the parts of it is a high note. The other one's a puzzling one. So we might want to get the puzzling Phillies out of the way before we get to the positive Phillies.
Okay, before we go, I got one question for you. You saw Carlton with a trained eye. I saw him as a child, right? So, like, in my mind's eye, when I would see him pitch on a Sunday afternoon, I'd see that just effortless left-handed delivery, fast, right? Working fast, you know, looping, you know, big arm outstretched, snapping down. Like, how when you're watching Sanchez, that effortless, did it bring you back to that point?
Yeah, they're very similar. They really are. And I'm glad you didn't say to like pick one or whatever, because I have a highly romanticized view of Carlton. I saw pretty much, you know, it wasn't like we timed it so it would be the first Carlton start. But me and my friend John McCabe saw pretty much every home start in the season where he went 27-10 for a 59-win team. And it's it's something that says a lot about like how different the world was then, how different parents were and that thing. What we would do is we would I was 255 Lindley. John was 322 Lindley. The Logan Broad subway stop is at Broad and Lindley. We would take the J bus up to Broad Street, take Broad Street down to the game, and then we would ask somebody to be our dad because you got in for 50 cents if you had a parent. So some guy would come with you and you get into the vet and you'd be able to sneak down and watch it. And it was unbelievable. And then it might be a Wednesday night in May or something, or we'd come home, we'd get to Broad and Lindley at like 11 o'clock at night, and we would kind of run down the middle of Lindley Avenue, which, it could get crazy. It was Logan into Olney.
Yeah.
And your parent wouldn't let you do that in 100 years. John was 12 and I was 13.
Yeah.
And we would do that but I loved it. It's amazing, and now you're getting into those kind of numbers. The numbers are fascinating that are going up on Sanchez. But Carlton going 27-10 for a 59-win team was amazing. And I think the streak got broke. He had a winning streak, like 15 games. Got broke at the vet in an extra inning game where Carlton went into extras with the Braves with these weird uniforms. And a guy from Hawaii named Mike Lum came off the bench to knock in a run. And I think that Dusty Baker was turning third to score the winning run.
Wow. Can I ask you real quick, one more follow-up on Carlton? Because I didn't know all the stuff, the weirdness that surrounded Carlton, right? Like, he was a fascinating character. The wine... He was a wine guy. He was also one of these, I guess, conspiracy theorists. I don't know. He didn't speak to the media. Why didn't he speak to? And why didn't he speak to the media?
Well, he had a run-in with Conlon at one point, and he had a big disagreement about how he and Conlon handled anything. And then he went on for the longest time. Carlton was a very guarded guy, but the people that I found this out recently because I do some work for my friend Joe Hand. One of his best friends in Philadelphia was Joe Hand, Joe's father, who passed recently. And the memorabilia that Joe Hand has up there of Carlton framed jerseys and Carlton framed jackets, it's incredible. And Joe told me a story once about that kind of gave you a little insight into Carlton. Carlton used to go drink after the games at, I don't even know what it was back then. When Iverson was playing, Iverson's famous Fridays on City Avenue.
Yeah.
Behind it, there's a hotel it's like a Marriott property.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
When you and I were thriving, it was an Adams Mark.
Yes.
Okay. Well, before that, there was a bar there, and Mr. Hand, after a shift, was a policeman, and Steve Carlton, was with the Phillies, and they would wind up in there and they were drinking. And if you recall, Carlton was worried about his finances and stuff. And he had a agent named Dave Landfield, I think, who basically ripped him off, took all his money. It was like a big court case. But they would get talking, and at one point, Carlton asked Mr. Hand to handle his finances, and Joe Hand kind of blanched at it, and Carlton couldn't believe what was going on or whatever. And, Mr. Hand was saying, look, Steve, you're just a guy at the bar that I've become good friends with. We're good friends. It doesn't, I'm not influenced by that. You're one of the greatest pitchers of all time. And Carlton and him were great friends because they were Mr. Hand considered him just a nice guy to drink with and not one of the greatest pitchers of all time. And Carlton embraced a guy like that. So, not without his foibles, all those conspiracy theorists and all that stuff. Mark Cram went out to his house later in life, and there was definitely a lot of that. But he's, and again, it's a romanticized look, but he's still the best pitcher I've ever seen. Every now and then, somebody will throw something like Kirkering, I think, is the guy that's the ball moves the craziest with.
Yeah.
But that Carlton slider, all he really needed was a fastball to slider. I mean, it was the definition of it would drop.
Yeah.
Right off the table. It was crazy.
Do you guys
And
remember he would have those metal weighted balls and he would just always run through his fingers in the dugout to build his forearm strength up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was
put his
also doing
hands
that
through
Guff
stands and all that.
Hefling.
In the rice bucket?
The rice bucket.
Yeah.
The rice bucket, Anthony, exactly right. He was a devotee of a guy named Gus Hefling, who was the trainer and stuff like that. And he did a lot of off-key kind of workout things or whatever. And but boy, they certainly worked out. And I feel bad for Rick Wise. Rick Wise was a great player, a guy who June 23rd, 1971, had that game where he pitched a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs. That'll never happen again. He was really good. But what does Rick Wise really go down for in the history books? The guy on the other end of the steal of the century, the Phillies trading for Steve Carlton. It was straight up Rick Wise for Steve Carlton. And the Cardinals had every reason to think they were going to get the better end of that deal, but boy, they sure did not. And then the fascinating thing he's the definition of a lot of things. He's also in the Jason Peters school of thinking. He's the definition of a guy that held on way too long.
Yeah,
way too long.
When he was the White Sox getting smashed. Yeah. Did he get into a fist fight with Carlton? With Colin?
I don't think so. No, no. You got to break up those things. Conlon got into his fist fights. I think he got into it with Harry once. You know, yeah.
Harry.
The funniest thing about Conlon is he jumped in front of a guy to protect an AP writer named Ralph Bernstein at one point, and the guy popped Conlon, dropped him out cold. Larry Schenk basically called the office and said, "Hey, we had a little problem here. Conlon got knocked out in the press box. Little problem.
Oh, my God.
Who rightly rallied against their guy. And I remember at the time that Brian Toolin, one of my mentors, was Mike Rath's number 2, was getting everything. Well, look, Ralph, we're going to press charges against this guy, whatever we're going to need you. And Ralph's like, oh, keep me out of it. Wait a minute, Ralph. Conlon stood in front to protect the guy, but whoever the guy was, and Conlon was not a small man, he dropped Conlon like a bag of dirt.
Who was that? Another writer?
I don't know. I can't believe I don't recall who it was. But yeah, there was a lot of that stuff. Everything that you could write. You could just write about a press box character in the 70s or 80s, Anthony. You would write that. You would have your guy PHLY saying, "Let's run with this thing."
Yeah, that's awesome. Do me one favor, sit tight, and then we do our headlines. I love these stories.
Sure.
Just got to take a quick TO and talk about our friends. Let's talk about Parks Casino. Oh, that's right. What a place for great hang. You want to hang out over a weekend during the summer night, do it. And stay over at the new Parks View Hotel, steps away from Parks Casino. Here you go. Comedian Chris D'Elia on November 7th. Comedian Michelle Wulf, December 8th. Roger Daltrey at Parks Casino, September 26th. Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong, September 21st. Classic Rock America, October 31st. What's that song?
Horse with No Name.
Horse with No Name.
You know it.
July 24th, Gene Simmons. Comedian Ben Backus, August 22nd. Magician Michael Carbonaro, The Carbonaro Effect, which is really good. You got all kinds of great stuff. Tickets still available. Check it out. ParksCasino.com to buy tickets. Parks Casino, Pennsylvania's #1 casino. Street Road, exit off at 95 and the PA Turnpike in Ben Salem. Got to be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Spring is here, and that also means pest season is right around the corner. Ants, spiders, bees, and other unwanted pests, they become way more active this time of year, making now the perfect time to protect your home. That's why our friends at Evans Pest Control are running a spring sales event for new customers. If you're new to Evans Pest Control, you get 5% off general pest control services when you book your first treatment. All you have to do is use the promo code SPRING5 when you schedule your service. This offer runs through May 31st, and it applies to standard general pest control treatments designed to keep your home protected from seasonal pests. Just mention or enter the code SPRING5 when booking your service to receive 5% off your service. It's a great time to get ahead of the pest prowls before they start. So if you're looking for reliable pest protection this spring, who isn't? Reach out to Evans Pest Control. Schedule your service and use the code SPRING5 to save 5% during their spring sales event. Learn more at evanspestmgmt.com.
All right, back with the editor. What do we got? You run us through it. You pick and choose.
There you go. All right, boys, just to give you an overview, we have Phillies arms, Phillies bats, Eagles, NBA, and NHL. And let me start with the pucks because Mike spoke very well about it, and I certainly defer to anything hockey to Mr. Sielski, who's a much better hockey guy than I am. But our headline there is Vegas, baby. And
Vegas, baby.
I mean, where do you start? I mean, we could, if Mike covered a little bit of the ground, there's still, to me, there's 5 things about this that are incredible. One is Vegas's history. They are, I think, undisputably the greatest expansion franchise in the history of United States sports. They were underdogs before the series to what seemed to be a freight train of an Avs team, and they sweep them. And, then you got the whole Tortorella thing. Tortorella, 19-4-1 since he took over. And then, incredibly, Carter Hart. I'm not going to get make any judgments about what happened there. And I don't know who was right, who was wrong. It certainly was a terrible thing. And Carter Hart certainly was there or whatever. But it's amazing that he's back in the league and he's thrived to this level. There's this whole Vegas Golden Knights thing. It really is incredible, Anthony.
It's an amazing story. The last hockey favorite, you know what comes right to mind? I'm thinking, who was a pretty sizable favorite who got swept was the 97 Flyers.
Oh, boy.
In the Stanley Cup final against the Red Wings.
I've told you this before, Anthony, that we didn't have a lot of rules at the Daily News, but I invoked one because of that. Our first rule at the Daily News was the Joel Fish rule. Okay, this is off to the side. The Joel Fish rule was I've never met Joel Fish. Joel Fish seems to me to be a man of great integrity and class and a really accomplished guy. But it got to the point that everybody would, I had to say there has to be another sports psychologist in the world. Don't call Joel Fish. Get somebody, It was like at one point at the Daily News, they needed a quote. They would get my brother or something on the captain. Zach Stolberg said, "There's a lot of priests out there. Quit calling them McLoone." So the Joel Fish rule went into effect. Come on, guys, find another sports psychologist. And, Joel Fish, and the other thing, he was great with the media and always gave very well-reasoned answers. Good man. Nothing personal, but then the other rule went into effect was the 97 Flyers, and that was this. We had 6 guys pick we always made the picks. All 6 guys picked the Flyers to beat the Red Wings. All 6. And I remember we were in the press box, Mike Rathett and I, and, it was packed. So they put us in a suite. We were nowhere near the press box. We were all the way up top. We were behind a net. And they dropped the puck, and with the first 3 minutes of the series, it was palpable how much faster the Red Wings were than the Flyers.
Right.
I looked at me and said, we might have a problem here. But as it related to the Daily News, we put a kind of an unwritten rule into effect after that. If we had something and everybody picked for the home team, I would go to somebody to take one for the team. Sam Donnellan was always great about that.
Yes!
Sammy, your pick. What's going on?
He would go against the Eagles. He used to drive me nuts. Now I know.
Well, sometimes
making him do it.
Oh my God! I used to be like, "Come on, Sam. Why are you picking against the Eagles?" Yep.
Sammy was taking one for the team sometimes. Everybody would pick the Eagles, and I'd say, call back, and I'd say, Sam, he goes, what, everybody picked the Eagles? He goes, yeah. All right, I'll make a convincing argument that they're going to lose. Never bothered Sam. Sam would always, but we would switch it around a little bit. But The idea was we looked like chumps. All 6 people picked the Flyers to beat the Red Wings, and they got swept.
You know? That's funny.
That's hysterical.
That makes perfect sense.
Hysterical.
Well, Sam's the guy to do it. Wasn't he from New York or Boston? Where's he from?
Sam's Sam. I know we went to Merrimack, and I think he's from upstate New Jersey. But yeah, he was not from. He was not from the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, check this out. Speaking of the Knights, you got the Senators, the Sharks, the Jets, the Wild, the Kraken, the Blue Jackets. Combined 148 seasons, 2 Stanley Cup final appearances. The Vegas Knights, 9 seasons, 3 Stanley Cup final seasons.
That's great, VG. That's a really good one.
It's unbelievable.
And I mean, honestly, does anybody want to challenge that? This is their 9th year of existence. They've made the playoffs 8 of 9 years.
Yes.
It's their 3rd trip to the finals. And they won the other 2, right?
Yeah, and the one year they didn't make the playoffs, I think they had 95 points that season. Like, they haven't really had a bad season.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I can't imagine coming right out of the gate and making the playoffs, but they did. They did. It's really, really incredible going for their 3rd cup.
Yeah, torts.
All right, headline number 4.
Okay, let's keep rolling there. Let's go down. Let's talk Eagles for a second here.
Oh, no. Can't you say the Eagles?
What's that? We'll save the Eagles. Done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to one of the Phillies. And we're going to go because we're, in general, we're sunny guys, whatever. We're positive, but we call it like we say it.
Yeah.
And there's some downside here. So let's do the Phillies bats. And the headline there is an offense that drives you batty.
Oh, that's great.
And unbelievable. And this number's actually up, okay? There are 15 guys that have come to the plate wearing a Phillies uniform this year. How many of those 15 are hitting 237 or worse?
Wow, that's a great. I'll say 12.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
13. Schwarber has upped his average to 237 before the guy that was holding the fort at 235 was Stubbs. And Stubbs, by the way, I'm really glad when they show those dugout shots of Stubbs because, we'd have to send out a missing persons report. I don't think Stubbs has played like a week and a half. But honest to God, Anthony, Marsh is on fire. Harper's in the 270s, 280s. And then you got 13 guys 270 or under. You got 3 guys hitting under 100. It really is incredible. And the guy I want to focus on there is Adolis Garcia. This is an amazing thing. He is on pace for 12 homers and 45 RBIs. Brutal.
That's like bone numbers.
If you look at the strikeouts, he has 65 strikeouts. He's tied for 9th, okay? But if you did kind of a strikeouts to home run ratio, he would by far have the worst strikeout to home run ratio in the major leagues. He has 4 homers. Of the top 10 in strikeouts, nobody else has less than 8. I mean, he's like I said, he's in the top 10 in strikeouts. He's tied for 75th in home runs. I mean, and in the beginning of the season, I felt a lot of times he was hitting the ball really hard and just hitting into some bad luck. He really, he walks in some key situations, which is a help. But my God, and it's a shame because people would embrace the guy with that arm and the way
he plays a great outfield.
Yeah, and then you see stuff that blow you away. Real Muto hit that homer the other day, and I thought, well, somebody misspoke. They said it's his first homer since April 1st.
Yeah.
2 home runs this year. I mean, he's on pace for 6 home runs. And, he's a guy that, he's on a 6 home run. Real Muto is on a 6 home run, 27 RBI pace.
But you know what? He's so good at handling the pitchers that
Oh my God.
I'll give him a pass.
And he is such a gun.
The outfield is the bane of my existence. Like, Marsh's side, I get it, whole thing. But the fact that the whole outfield has no power, and everybody coming up after these guys, they're all the same guy, like Dante Nori, right? They're all these dudes that just are left-handed with no power. Nobody's got any power. I know everybody loves Crawford, and God bless the kid. Yeah. But again, what he's a kid who's got no power. What do I care about on base if I already got that? I need power in the outfield.
Yeah, and like you said, you can accept Real Muto if he's the guy controlling that staff and on defense. And yeah, if 9 guys, you got a guy like that, but you can't make exceptions for that and a center fielder with no power and a right fielder who's striking out too much. You can't make 4 exceptions in a 9-person lineup. It's brutal. And now Crawford, who most of the season I felt pretty good when he came up in a clutch situation, he put the ball in play. He's in a terrible funk. I looked they said he was 0 for his last 20. Oh boy, let me check. He was down to 232.
Yeah.
I mean, he went like 290 to 232 overnight.
Hey, great kid. And, you know, it's just a problem because I don't believe Marsh stays where he's at. Obviously, he's torrid. But my problem is more the power. Like, you got no power. You have 2 guys that can hit a home run on this team.
Well, luckily, they're insane because if you look at the home run numbers, they're 7th. I thought they'd be like 28th.
Yeah.
They're 7th.
Well, you know, 2 guys are doing all the hitting.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen a team that has more guys in funks? Now Crawford's in a funk. Turner was in a gigantic funk.
You know, who is
Garcia's in a funk. Stott and Bohm in the beginning of the season were in a funk. I mean, Schwarber.
Nah, they're P-Funk.
Who's the great guest we have that's the farm? He used to be the development guy.
Steve Novarita.
So Steve Novarita told us last year when we were asking about Crawford.
I just talked to him last night because I was going to book him today.
He's good.
He's driving.
Because he had said about Crawford, yeah, he's getting singles and stuff. But he said once he gets to the major leagues, give it time. The players, the scouting's better. They'll find out where he sprays his ball. The fielding, they have more range. So those hits at the minor league are not going to be ground ball hits at the major league level. And you're seeing that as there's a book on them. That's starting to happen.
Steve, you're right. Steve said that. I told him this morning.
You know what's one thing that's nice is I don't know John Kruk personally. I think he's had some health issues. I'm thinking he must be feeling better because Kruk's done a lot of games. Kruk's been on the road a lot. And
he always goes to San Diego. He's got his buddies out there.
Yeah, gets fish tacos.
He's rooting so hard for Crawford that when Crawford just jacks a short pop fly or whatever, he just gets infuriated because he thinks that maybe he smelled a couple home runs and he's trying to. But you can't create power where it's not there, Anthony. I'm totally with you. You know, I mean, Crawford's got to be who Crawford is. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I've seen? I saw this thing yesterday. This was good. The Tampa Bay Rays are going, again, they're always ahead of the curve. They're a complete opposite of baseball right now. They don't care about exit velocity or launch angles. They got the worst of all that. They're singles, they're bunting, they're stealing. They're average. They're second in the league in average, but they're like next to last in home runs. They don't strike out at all. They're playing small ball, and they're doing really well this year. They're an anomaly compared to everyone's chasing the long ball and launch angles. They're doing the complete opposite, and they're having a great amount of success offensively right now.
Well, their lineup, I was trying to think that Simpson is their leadoff hitter.
Once he gets on the base,
he is lightning fast.
Yeah.
Their only power guy is Caminero, third baseman, and Diaz can do a little bit. But you're right. Like they don't.
I just saw the whole breakdown, the tons of bunting and stuff, and they're 34 and 19. And pitching wise, I think they've used 6 or 7 starters. Pitching. Half of them have been relief pitchers. They've just converted.
Yeah, they do a lot of those. Yeah. I hate that. Yeah. I hate that.
So the segment was like the Rays are breaking baseball again.
It's that's crazy.
For the anti-Cubs team right now.
Yeah, I hate them.
It's a really weird year in baseball too. Did you see the lopsidedness that there's 4 teams in the AL that are over 500?
Yeah. Yes.
It's unbelievable. The teams
Years.
stink. There's no good teams.
No.
Yeah. The entire NL Central's over 500, and the entire AL West is under 500.
Yeah, the Mariners are in first place under 500.
Yes. Yes, 491. Yeah, that's a weird thing. The Phillies would be up in that division by 5 or 6 games.
Right.
Running away with it. All right. Now let's go NBA.
Okay, NBA. And here's where I start, here's where the rants start, okay? The NBA, the headline is the haves or Cavs-nots, okay? Look at that guy. By the way, I throw this around. I don't like to do it, and you really got to work hard to get there. But I'm absolutely elevating him the strapper now. He's a
Strapper of the week.
Yes. Stone cold strapper. And let me tell you, the stuff that really got to me this week was, how about this Kenny Atkinson guy?
He's out of his mind.
Analytically won 2 or 3. He's out of his mind. I would not have let him, the older I get, I think I mellow out, but you're not going to get the mellow out here. I would not have let him coach. After he said that, I would not have let him coach.
Yeah!
There's a great meme that he showed up for Game 5 because he thought they analytically were up 3-1.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did they lay down like dogs in Game 4 or what is going on? And then our head strapper has the nerve to say that he was extremely solid on D.
Yes.
By extremely solid, he meant he was a pillar of salt that was solid and he didn't move.
Pillar of salt.
He was solid in that regard. I mean, geez, this guy, 12 assists, 17 turnovers for the series. He is a player option. All he has to do is click the thing or do whatever paperwork he needs. Gets $42 million next year. It's just galling. And I understand everything Mike Sielski said. They're playing really good ball. They deserve a lot of credit. But I just need, that West team to go in and take care of those Knicks. And let's move on.
Dude, I hear you. I don't understand. I got to tell you, I just don't get what they like. That Kenny Atkinson, I had the same reaction you did. Like, what are we doing? That sport, of all the 4 sports, right? I feel like that sport is off the rails. The other sports are
totally
better.
agree with you.
Like everybody talks about, like in their day, football's great. I love baseball where it is. Hockey's awesome, right? Like, but this, what they did to that league, that freaking Nosferatu commissioner has driven it off the rails. It's unwatchable. The games stink. They're always lopsided. Everybody's unlikable. It's like, except for OKC and San Antonio.
They have, that league is about 65 emperors with no clothes.
Yes.
Guys that walk around thinking that they're the greatest thing going. The performance says otherwise. This Kenny Atkinson made that inane comment, is the same guy who let his team blow a 22-point lead in Game 1.
Watching the same play over and over and over again. Brunson attacking Harden.
They go on a 30-8 run. He calls timeout once and says he was saving the rest of them for the end of the game. You get annihilated on this run, 30-8.
The Knicks just took their heart and whatever. Like I said, I wish those guys were the Dallas Mavericks or somebody, because individually I could root for them. I get it. The guys that played there, Devon, by all means, Devon should be rooting. His cousin's doing a fabulous job. And the 3 Villanova guys, they just, they play with heart and whatever, and they deserve all the credit. I just wish that, like I said last week, I just wish they were wearing a different uniform.
I do. I'm with you, man. I completely with you. I don't know. The sport, it's like, it saddens me. I hate the way the game's set up. I hate all the threes. You got to get rid of the corner 3. You got to get big guys back in. How much interesting is it watching Wemby battle with Hartenstein? Like, that's interesting to me. It's a different part of it.
But, one of the problems the Spurs are having is that the Thunder's doing a great job drawing Wemby outside.
Yeah.
Wemby, Gilgeous-Alexander penetrates and Wemby comes to help. And now whenever they see Wemby's at 12 feet, they throw it into a guy like Hartenstein who's going to score in there. He's not scoring if Wemby's next to him. But, I think Wemby feels like he's got to be everywhere at once. You know? We're in a great situation tonight. There's the only thing going on is that game. And it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. The Spurs win, and we have a Game 7, which will be just fabulous. The Thunder wins. They got it, and they'll have 6 days of rest because the finals don't start until next Wednesday regardless. So I know that, I know my nephew thinks that you don't. His worry is that you get the Knicks rested against one of those teams that have laid it all out there. But I still think the West team will prevail.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, it's up to you.
All right, well, I'm going to let you call here. We go Eagles or more the Phillies arms. Two good things.
You got to say the Eagles for him. I mean, that's his climax. You can't.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, come on, be careful now. We don't want to work blue here. We don't want to work blue, VJ.
I'm talking like at the top of a mountain. That's all. Like
Okay. All right.
Hey, get your hands out of the gutter. My God.
So let's go to the Phillies then. And the thing on the Phillies, our headline is in honor of Spawn and Sane and Pay for Rain. Our headline is Sanchez and Wheeler, the lineup healer.
Okay? Wow, that's awesome. Sanchez and Wheeler, the lineup healer. I love it.
Yeah. And I was just texting a lot of people, throwing around the stuff about Sanchez or whatever. And one of the things that came back, my friend Walt says, who would have ever thought that Wheeler would be your number 2? And that's quite a statement. It really is. And these guys, oh my God. Sanchez is pitching better than anybody in baseball. And the Wheeler thing's still fascinating. Right from the great Broad Street Bulletin written by Rich Hoffman. Wheeler, 1.67 in 32 innings. 1.67 in 32. And he has to take second place to Sanchez, 1.47 in 79.1 innings. Anthony, the last 12 times that either Wheeler or Sanchez started for the Phillies are 11-1. And the only loss was last weekend when Sanchez threw 8 shutout innings and lost. When Duran gave the home run. It's incredible. They won 11 of 12.
That's insane.
Sanchez went 8 shutout innings,
Insane. Absolutely wild.
The pitching right now is just it's not only here, like they're saying the Cy Young race right now is so crazy this year. Otani's at .82 ERA.
Yeah, by the way, he what did he give up 2 hits last night to Colorado?
Sanchez got 44.2 scoreless. He's at 1.47. Mizorowski's a 1.83 ERA with 100 strikeouts in 64 innings. Chris Sale's got a 1.89 ERA, and Chase Burns got a 1.96 ERA.
By the way, you see him pitch?
Yeah.
The man, he's unreal, Howie. He just Chase Burns from the Reds. It is true.
And then you throw Wheeler in there.
Is the guys just aren't hitting? Like,
this is like the lowest batting average since like the 60s, I think I read.
It's funny. It's funny you say that, VG, because another one of these crazy Sanchez numbers is this. 39 plus scoreless innings. 5 guys have done it back to 68. Sanchez, Logan Webb in 2007, Oral Hershiser, who, that's what Sanchez is going, 50 plus innings. And I think it is 1988 or something.
88.
And then, Bob Gibson and Don Drysdale. Same year, 1968. And 1968, Fiji, was one of those years like they're having now. And you know what MLB did? They lowered the mound. The mound was that's the Gibson went 1.12, and the hitters were totally overmatched that season. And MLB responded by lowering the mound from 15 inches to 10 inches.
Wow.
Wow, you think they do that again?
I don't know how much you could lower it, but I wonder if they take. I'll tell you what, I know this. We all say we love a good pitching duel, but in MLB, man, they want to see runs. I'm telling you.
Chicks dig the long ball. That was always the thing.
So as of May 21st, the collective batting average in Major League Baseball was 241. It's on pace for the lowest mark since 1968, where it was 237.
Wow, that's a great pull, Pat.
Yeah.
Wow. And that was the year they made a move. They had to change the mound, you know. And you could see how a guy higher on a mound would be more intimidating. But, it's amazing. And it's
you're going downhill. I mean, everything's you know. Wow, that's fascinating
too. It's trotting out the Wheeler Sanchez comparisons are trotting out the May or June it is for, I think theirs was June, of Doc and Cliff Lee in 2011.
Yeah.
That they have crazy numbers. And it's an interesting comparison.
You remember Lee? Lee was, when Lee was on, he was ridiculous. He was unhittable. He had that stretch, like his back end of Cleveland for like 2 years, and like the 3 years here, he was unbelievable. The year they go to the World Series against the Yankees, 2009, he was unbelievable. Like, he was unhittable. And then they traded him to Seattle. Stupid, right? Because of the money. He's lights out Seattle, and then they get him back.
Yeah, they got him back at like midnight one night. I remember I used to have a computer, and I had my back to hearing it, and I turned around. It just jolted me right up. But I just made the point about my friend Walt saying, how ridiculous is it that Wheeler's your number 2? That made me think the only thing that might compare with it is in that year, 2011, Hamels might have been your number 3.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Oswalt was 4.
Yeah.
And Joe Blanton was 5.
That Joe.
I mean, that's
and
pretty
then
impressive.
How about let's look at the rest of the staff. How about Luzardo's last outing? He was like Houdini. I mean, the problem with Luzardo last year was a couple guys get on base. The next thing you know, they're down 6 runs. He was doing it in odd innings. He did it in the first, third, and fifth. Got out of incredible jams in each one and left the mound with a shutout. And more encouraging than anything is Painter strung together 3 pretty good outings in a row, Anthony.
I got to tell you, I like the way he's throwing. He's throwing fearless. He's not nibbling. He's attacking his zone. I like it. I love how he's throwing. It's going to be interesting. You got the Dodgers coming up.
Yep.
Saturday.
And as VG said about Ohtani, we catch a break there. We don't get Ohtani. He went last night. So the Phillies missed them. Boy, if they could get 2 out of 3 out there,
that'd be huge. Yeah.
But it might be a 1 out of 3, and we'll get home for the other stuff,
Here we go. Birds.
Yep. And now let's talk birds. And the headline is June too soon to talk about the Eagles? And the answer is no, it's not too soon. Jeez. It's a year-round thing.
May I talk birds?
Please, let's go. Yes, we will talk birds. And, I think you got to be careful and stuff. I thought I saw something earlier today with Rappaport, but you got to be careful. I think it was a fake account. I looked, I can't find it. I'm not going to even say. It looked like Rappaport was throwing some water on the Eagles compensation, but not there. It was not, so
it was fake. It was a fake account.
I think it was, because I went on to Ian's normal account and went about 15 deep and didn't see it. I saw one that said, oh, well, the Patriots aren't going to give up a number 2, but why justify a fake account?
They're saying he was on he's on NFL Network saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to do that in between. I went down there and looked at it. I think my thing with Anthony, can you ever think of anything comparable to this kind of a thing where something had to happen and you knew it was going to happen, but you had to wait?
So it happened for us, right? Like Lindros.
Lindros is. I asked friends, and the closest comparison they came up with was Lindros, really on both ends, because Lindros didn't want to play for the Nordiques. And I remember the Rangers and the Flyers put out the offers. I think the Rangers might have a little bit better. And I think Lindros was in a position where he picked the Flyers trade.
Then the arbiter came in.
That's right. The arbiter. That's what happened. Very good.
Larry Bertuzzi?
Yeah.
Yes. He came in. And boy, the Flyers gave up quite a haul for him. But then on the other end, when his all the problems with him and Clarkey and the father and stuff like that, it felt like it was going to take on both ends. Lindros coming in and going out. Both of them seemed protracted.
Well, Moses was late, like almost early in the season. Like it was August when Moses came to Philadelphia. He forced the trade out. Like it had to happen. Like I'm thinking about these things. I mean, T.O. was that way too.
T.O. in the driveway, forcing his way out.
What?
Okay.
When the Eagles got T.O., remember they awarded the Ravens compensation?
Yes.
When we got T.O.
No, I don't remember this.
Yes.
What?
Yes. He
was supposed to go to the Ravens?
It was a Ravens-Eagles. It was like a whole thing. And the Ravens got some kind of weird compensation, and we got T.O. It was like between the Eagles and the Ravens.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. It's so wild. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it.
I know.
It was a three-team settlement.
I'm just waiting.
You don't remember nothing.
No.
He don't remember anything. So, I don't know with the grandkids. You remember Finding Nemo?
Sure.
All right. The fish that forgets everything is Dory. I work with Dory.
Yes. Fortunately,
man, I forgot to watch that the other night. I meant to watch it.
He's fast-fingered Dory, and where he makes up for it is if you get him, if you switch the camera somewhere, he will figure it out on that computer.
Yo, I just pulled Larry Bertuzzi. Come on, that's a name from like 1993. Come on. I remember what's important.
So my buddy Tooch says it's June is too soon.
No, absolutely.
I agree with Tooch. Yeah.
One of the few traits that I have, Anthony, is I can spot the flaw in anyone, and sometimes it takes a little longer. I just spotted Tooch's flaw.
Yes.
Tell Tooch he had a spotless record until that comment.
Yes.
I will not take this Tooch slander. It's a wise man who knows what he's talking about here.
Kidding me? Too soon?
Yeah.
I'm just glad to know he's not infallible. Yes. Now I'm going to go get your cousin Joey. I got to find something wrong with him now next.
He's flawless. Like you. Let me ask you. How will you remember AJ? Like, how are you with AJ?
I'll remember AJ as a guy that made a lot of really big catches, a guy who was key to them winning the Super Bowl, a guy that kind of really elevated them from having receiving core, and they demanded great respect. I remember losing my mind when they got him in that first round in that trade on draft day. That was just euphoria. He was great. He was really great. It got a little too dramatic. So I'm looking forward to ending, but not only will there won't be any spite here. I hope Ira will remember him fondly, and I hope he goes and has a good year with the Patriots or wherever he winds up with. I don't understand what he's seeking. I mean, he had a lot of success, and he won championships, there's something that's eating at him, and he really didn't want to mess things up and say what it is. I would love to know what was truly eating at him.
I mean, don't you think it's that when you look back at stats and records of great receivers, I mean, if he's on a team that's run heavy or doesn't get on the ball enough, when you look back at his stats, he's not going to be considered one of the all-time greats. And I think in his mind, he thinks he's as talented as the greats of the current receivers out there.
Man, that could be it. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, but, that's the mark of a good team when you got a lot of options. And, it works both ways too. AJ was a lot more open once Saquon Barkley came around. I'll tell you that. You got things that you got to respect. And the other thing I really liked about Brown was the type of receiver he was. He was like a bull, a freight train. I always felt like they didn't give him enough chances to get the ball at full speed and then just go and break tackles. I'm really interested to see. That seems to be one of Lemon's strengths, but Lemon is, on paper anyway, nowhere near as strong as A.J. Brown, and definitely not as fast as A.J. Brown. I mean, if Lemon goes and has some really good years with the Eagles, and I think he will, that's going to tell people, when you listen to Ray Didinger, he says the guy catches the ball. That's what's important. He catches it. He may lay to rest a couple of these things about going for the guy with the 4.28. That's not Mekhi Lemon. But for a big dude, A.J. Brown was fast as hell and tough and could get you those balls in the end zone, whatever.
He really came in and he helped solidify the position because Howie struggled up until that point with some draft picks that weren't hitting.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I'm not drafting one. I'll trade for known.
Yeah.
He took a lot of heat off Howie by how he did that. It was and listen, might be Howie's best move ever, going into that first round and getting him that year.
I can't wait. New offense. Yesterday, everybody was like, the offense looks different. I can't wait for this, man. Let's go.
Oh, I did see a little misdirection on the one highlight clip I saw. A little misdirection. I was like,
I'm bumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really shapes up, though, as the kind of thing that might take a little while to get going. And, in the beginning of the year is the time they got to make some hay. So, we'll see. Here's an Eagles thing I wanted to bring up with you, Anthony. And I would
wait. I want you to bring this up. I got to take one more ad break. Just give me 1 second because I want to hear it. I'm so into it. I think I'm more into this year. Well, I'm always into it. But this year, I can't wait. Let's go, Pat. Stay in brigantine, brother. To Toots. All right, let's take care of some business. I want to talk football. I want to talk London. Yes, week 5. Philly Sports Trip has you covered. Flights, hotels, game tickets, exclusive fan events. Everything taken care of for you in Maine, London. Plus the experience you're going to have the whole time trip with Darius Slay, special appearances, exclusive events you're not going to get anywhere else. Enjoy extra experiences all weekend long, including a boat party. Eagle fans on the Thames.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. Double-decker bus tour. Amazing. All right. Throughout one of the world's greatest cities, London. There's so much more than just an away game. It's the ultimate fan experience. Lock in your spot today. PhillySportsTrips.com. That's PhillySportsTrips.com. And go Birds, VG. Yeah. All right, let's talk. TrueMark Credit Union. Yeah, we love Kelly and all the great people at TrueMark. Let me tell you, something actually rewards the way you already spend your money. I like that. That's exactly what you get with the Everyday Elite Visa credit card from TrueMark Credit Union. We're talking up to 4% cash back on eligible everyday purchase, right? Like, think about what you spend on gas, all right? We know about that. And for a limited time, new cardholders also get 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 12 months, then 17.9% APR after that. More cash back, less catch. Apply today, TrueMark.com, or stop by any TrueMark Credit Union's 24 branch locations. All right? It's a great deal. Rates based on credit worthiness, 4% cash back on eligible purchases. Bonus categories capped annually. Restrictions apply. Visit TrueMark.com for details. Insured by the NCUA. All right. I'm sorry, Pat.
No problem. No problem.
So what do you want to bring up?
Here's what I want to bring up. I want your opinion, and then I want to know if you would be kind enough to ask the same question of an esteemed authority, Baldy. I'm fascinated by this Stowers guy, okay?
Yes.
And my question to you, Anthony, is can you teach a guy to be a blocker?
I brought this up. It's amazing. I brought it up the other day with you.
Yeah.
Like, that to me is the key. He's either going to be a great draft pick or he's going to be Mike Gesicki, who's not bad and can catch the ball, but he's a liability and he's a tell when he's on the field.
Tell's the perfect word, Anthony, because we keep hearing about Mannion in this offense, that what it's going to do. And then let me bring it into last year's Eagles. All right. Last year's Eagles, how crazy were we with the texting that they would snap the ball right at the clock?
Oh, my God.
You gave them nuts. An immediate advantage. Not only are they're already working on snapping right away, snapping at 1. You snap the ball at 1, you snap it at 10, you snap it at 15. Nobody knows where it's coming. Plus, and here's where the Stowers thing gets in with Mannion. Apparently, what they really want to show is they want to have an offensive look that when they walk to the line, the defense has no idea whether they're going to run or throw the ball. Mm-hmm. That it looks seamless.
Yes,
and that's what
the whole point. Oh, you want to run misdirection. Yeah. You want to run play action. The whole point is because you don't know what we're going to do. You disguise your offense. I'm going to go with 13 personnel. I'm going to go with 12 personnel. I'm going to throw out of 12. I'm going to throw out of 11. I mean, it's all that. That's the whole point of it. So, yeah, you're right, Pat. He's got to block.
Yes, he has to walk up to that line, and they have to think that they could run a running play, and he could competently block. And I just don't know if a good athlete this far along can get taught to do that. You know, maybe Baldy could even pull out an example of it.
I just texted him. I just texted him. I'm curious. I was hoping, I don't know, he might be in the water. But
right. But it's fascinating to me. I remember, people forget this. You could argue that Zach Ertz might be the best tight end the Eagles ever had. Remember early on when the team was when he was like at the sideline, where one even hint of a block by Ertz would have sprung somebody, and it was clear that he didn't do it. I mean, he almost had his career go south on that, but but it wasn't like he was a non-blocker going in. He was a poor blocker who became a workable blocker. With Stowers, it seems like he has to go from non-blocker to credible blocker.
Yes.
And that's a big leap.
I mean, you can always teach the technique, but there's a mentality of wanting to block and enjoy blocking.
Oh, wait, 3 dots with Baldy.
Oh, he's typing.
I got 3 dots with Baldy. Listen, I was not a fan of Ertz. I mean, respect him, but he was not my type of tight end.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I love the kid from Penn State. All right, what are you laughing at?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, you're laughing.
No, Tyler Warren.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's now in
Indianapolis?
Indianapolis?
I thought you were going to say Mark Bavaro.
No. Who's now in Indianapolis? Tyler Warren is a tight end. All right. Great. Holston Loveland is a tight end. All right. These dudes block and they catch and they run great routes. That's who I love. I love Tyler Warren.
Here's an Eagles tight end that was a great blocker and an absolute zero. How about Vito Cab? Going back in the day.
Didn't he spell his name V-Y-T-O?
V-Y-T-O. We're trying to make sure that the three
Who the
dots
hell is
get
this guy?
right.
Vito Cab.
You remember Vito Cab?
C-A-B-B, K-A-B-B.
K-A-B.
K-A-B.
V-Y-T-O, K-A-B. I would bet he was drafted in the top 3 rounds. Another guy that got drafted out of Penn State that might be in the first round, Kyle Brady, the Jets.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
You know, but VG, earlier he kind of challenged you on the Finding Nemo thing.
Yeah.
The problem is everything's relative, VG. You have probably a better memory than your average human being, but you're going against the guy to your right who's got that.
Yeah, he's like Rain Man.
Yes, he's got a Rain Man. Freakish muscle there, you know? Yeah.
All right, so here's what Baldy said, Pat. Mayalata learned to block, and he didn't know what a block was.
Ooh, that's a great.
He's a rugby player. That's a blocking mentality.
What did I say?
Yeah, that's a blocking mentality of rugby players. There are no worse people to play against rugby players.
It's funny because
not only is that a great answer from Baldy, who probably still has a snorkel on, but
Vito Cab's big year, 1983.
It's a heartening answer. It makes me feel better, Now
it does.
Talk about a guy who ran into one another with no pads on. Oh, he learned how to block offensive lines. Sure, great. Yeah, I believe that can happen. Come on, you got a guy who's like a finesse tight end who avoids contact and doesn't like contact.
Well, I love it too. I said great answer, but he was a rugby guy who loved contact.
Yeah, they're like
anyone else.
Yeah. So I know
it is a good answer, and I agree with Pat. Like, it makes me feel good, but I need to have a guy that, like, may a lot of strive. First of all, he's a human wall,
right?
Yeah. And second of all, if you love contact, you're gonna love you'll be a good blocker.
You learn the techniques.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to so much, Anthony. I am so with you. And now we get to look at Mailata 2.0 and see what you can do to the guy on the other side of the ball. I
gotta tell you, I'm going into this year going, Jalen's going to get it, right? Like, because if he can flourish in this, this could be the best thing for him. Like, this could all these lists that have him, anywhere from 15 to 21 and all this other stuff. This propels him back into the top 10, this offense. He can get it.
Yeah, and that came up this week with a guy who his body of work isn't good enough to be a strapper. Chris Sims.
Yes.
You can't call him a strapper because he doesn't deserve to be ranked among the scoundrels because he's just not at that level, But in another guy along those lines, I think that he certainly didn't fall off, and it had to do with his line or whatever. But I could see this meaning real good things for Saquon, too.
Yes!
I could see Saquon's got that little bit of a chip on his shoulder,
yes!
too. And
Devontae's year. Because, listen.
Devontae's got this make me number one guy thing going. There's a lot of reasons that, motivation aplenty out there. Yes. Motivation aplenty.
Because if Barkley's back, that's just going to make Jalen's job so much easier. Let's go.
Well,
with that defense, come on, VG.
That's on offensive line health we need, right? I mean, Barkley's back as well as the offensive line is. If they're back, he's back.
That's fine. They're ready to go.
All right, so here's why we got hope for Stowers. The tight ends coach of the Eagles is also the run game coordinator, Ryan Mahaffey, former fullback. If a fullback can't teach him how to block, then you just got to give up.
I love the fact that you go fullback.
Yeah.
You're a big fullback man.
Love the fullback.
Yeah. That's awesome, Pat.
Yes.
I love it. My brother, that was fun. You're the greatest.
Very good. Very good, boys.
Where are you going? You going down the shore this weekend?
No, probably not. We'll get, as it gets into June and a little bit later, we'll be down more often than not. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Tip one
Yeah,
for
pray
us.
for me. The grandkids sleepover on Friday night. That could be a circus there. So
Nice.
we'll do our best. We'll do our
Enjoy.
best.
That's
Very
beautiful.
good. All right, guys.
All right,
Take care.
buddy. There he is, the great Pat McLoone, the editor.
Scouting,
3 dots from Baldy.
scouting reports all say he's a willing blocker, so just bad. So maybe he learns the technique.
I don't know how you could be bad. Like, if you're willing, come on, bro.
Big guys running at you. You got to stand in front of them.
Well, that's willing.
Yeah, I mean, if he is willing to do that, all right.
All right, I got 3 dots from Baldy. We'll give you the 3 dots and start our Love Philly. Bo to dive into it. Yeah.
Oh, the elevator drama. Can you continue with Bo? He got stuck a little bit today.
It's back to drama, really?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, he was stuck on it for a few minutes.
Yeah. All right. I got another Baldy answer.
All right.
Hopefully Pat's paying attention. We got to go to Love Philly because we love Philly. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. It's not just the title of Philly. It's a feeling. It's a heartbeat. A city that never asked for permission to be itself. That's us, right? That's our personality. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. And now in 2026, the world comes back to Philadelphia. Not just to remember, but to celebrate. The show isn't just about what's happening. It's about who we are while it's happening. Because Philadelphia isn't a backdrop. It's a character. It's the voice that tells it like it is. The guy at the end of the bar who doesn't sugarcoat a thing. It's the family that's been on the same block for generations. It's the artist, the athlete, the builder, the believer. It's the lifer, the dreamers, the grinders. It's all of us. And that's what Love Philly's about. We're going to sit with people that make this place go. The ones who built it, the ones carrying it, the ones pushing it forward. The legends who left their mark. Not just the championships, not just the headlines, but the moments in between. The way the city shows up for itself, the way it refuses to be anything other than real. And through it all, we're going to remind ourselves and show the world what Philadelphia is. It's not just a stereotype. It's not a punchline. It's a foundation. It's a force. It's a city that gave birth to a nation and never stopped building. So as the country turns 250 and the spotlight finds Philadelphia again, this is our moment to tell the story the right way. Not polished, not filtered, real, authentic, proud. Because this city just doesn't rise to the occasion. It defines it. This is Love Philly. Thank you, Wawa. Love Philly Hour brought to us by Wawa. We love our Wawa. You know what's funny? So we had Bobby Farrelly on from the Farrelly Brothers.
Yeah.
He was telling us about something about Mary casting, which was awesome. And Ben did this whole big thing about it on Instagram. So Wawa, the cup is there where I'm talking to Bobby.
Nice.
And so Wawa on Instagram goes, I spy. And it,
Nice.
it was good.
Yeah.
Good little by play from our friends at Wawa.
Wow.
Baldy. All right, here we go. Tony Gonzalez was a basketball star at Cal and became an excellent blocker. But, caveat, he worked on it every day.
I think he's taking a shot at basketball players that we don't like contact basketball players, but it's a physical sport. So if you're a basketball player, big, you like to bang it around a little bit. Yeah, you're cool with blocking.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. He's giving us one guy. I don't feel great about this. He's not like, it's a regular occurrence here.
Well,
It happens all the time.
Here you go. Marcus Pollard played basketball at Bradley. NFL tight end and good blocker for 14 years. That's good.
Okay.
What do you mean?
No, it's great. He's not giving us the. He's not saying, yeah, it happens all the time.
Well, you know it didn't happen. Pat was looking for an example.
This is
what do you want?
Stowers is a former quarterback.
Again, Tony Gonzalez was a basketball player, and they're not physical.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Especially in the Pac-12.
Why are you being a troll? I mean, why do you have to be the troll? All right?
See if you're
you didn't get on my nerves for 2 hours and 11 minutes. It's 11:11.
Taking shots at us hoopers, man.
11:11.
Look at JoJo getting ribs broken.
Like, you got to play the troll. I get it.
11:11. Shot at the basketball players.
11:11. Make a wish. I got to ignore you. Thank God, both.
I wish that Eli Stowers becomes a great blocker.
Again, I think Baldy provides some sort of hope.
I believe that Mannion will put him in a position where he will utilize his mediocre blocking skills. Give him help. Find ways that he's not relying.
What excites me, I don't know. I'm excited about this new offense. I'm going to go suspend disbelief, and I'm going to believe in the Mannion.
Listen, I saw a brief clip.
And I think it will help Jalen.
I saw a jet sweep going to the right with the ball going to the left. And I was like,
movement.
What's happening
There's
here?
Direction.
This can't be the Eagles.
I can't wait to see it. Modern football.
Yes. Yes.
Not modern
modern high school football.
No, they run ghost motion all the time. No, I mean, we say it. I'm talking about the college 2006. That's the offense we were running.
Well, we were almost running like a stripped down version of a Navy offense. Not really the wishback or whatever that's called. Wishbone.
No.
But yeah.
Triple option. We weren't running triple option, but we would run that Alabama circa 08. You know.
Doesn't really cut it.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, doesn't cut
07. Like that spread Baylor. Really was the Baylor offense.
I
remember RG3 got drafted out of Baylor. I'm like, this offense is so far from an NFL offense. He's not going to be good. You can't run like that. And, he had success for a little bit, and then Shanahan kept running him, and sooner or later he got blown up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I
love it. And I think he's going to do great in this offense.
Well, we talked last week about the coaching, and Jalen referred to the whys, and this guy answers the questions of why. Why are we doing this?
Here's why, Jalen. You should know why.
Well,
I don't want to hear about
he's giving him the why. We discussed it.
It's obvious.
It's a big deal for him. And Mannion's giving him the why. I feel good.
We argued about this before. Baldy. Ertz couldn't block because he didn't want to, and he didn't work at it.
All right.
Well, all right.
We got a fullback
Every
coach.
tight end should, at a minimum, be able to get stalemates. Yes! Why I didn't like Ertz. I never trusted Ertz.
Oh, man, Ertz, poor Zach Ertz. What's he doing today? He's shrapnel today.
Zach.
The guy won a Super Bowl here. Just taking shrapnel.
Zach.
Probably enjoying himself at the beach. He's gonna get someone be like, dude, you're getting shredded in Philly media today. He's like, what?
I'm not shredded. I'm just
Why?
About blocking. We're just talking blocking.
I never liked Zach Ertz.
I was never a big Ertz fan. I never was. I'm sorry. I never liked him.
Yeah, I know.
I never trusted him.
He probably eats too much plants.
I was never a big fan.
Yeah, I get it.
I like Julie Ertz.
Yeah, sure. Olympic champion.
Yeah. Gold medal.
Yeah.
Soccer. World Cup. All right, let's take a quick TO. The great Bo Wulf will join us. So we're going to do, I'm dying because he was down there yesterday. Oh, am I switching, Jules? Okay. I'm moving. Poor Jules is like, where you going? Stay put. All right. So we're going to do, we're going to have Bo. I want to dive into what yesterday was big, man. All right.
Was Bo down there? He got out of the elevator?
Bo was down there. He
All right.
escaped the elevator. Now, we had no issues, but Bo has had serious issues over the last couple
the elevator
days.
does not like Bo at all.
No. No. So, all right. Let us talk about our friend, poor Jules Hoblin.
Yeah.
She's running. She's pulling her leg over. All right. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. OKC 3.5-point dogs tonight. This game's got me confused. I think I like the Spurs. I think Wemby has a night, but I don't know. There's something about OKC. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good game to watch. I do like Wemby's overs tonight. I think Wemby has a last stand looking up against elimination. So I think Wemby's a big night. I think he gets boards. I think he has a big night tonight. Yes, that's it, Bo. That's the Wemby. That is the long Wemby. On the app, baseball, everything, you know it. Plus all the casino games, make your downside fun time. New customers get up to $500 casino bonus back in your first 24 hours. Plus 250 spins on the soccer-themed slot game, Gold Trio Soccer. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And let's talk Xfinity. Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. What if you can have reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi? Keep it at the same price for 5 whole years. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. So imagine everything in your home that works together, that finds and fixes problem before you even know it's there. That's like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Gets you stream the game, you're good, while your whole family's online playing video games. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. Best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from me, a lot changes in 5 years, right? Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow big, kids grow bigger than you. But your Wi-Fi should stay reliable, the price should stay put. All right, lock in your price, unlock possibilities with Xfinity. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Now, joining us,
our man on the ground, he's solid and sound. He's on the hunt for Eagles news. Handsome and astounds, clever and profound. We're talking Eagles with Bo Wulf.
My favorite part is when Julia sings the openings.
Julia's got a great voice.
She does.
She does.
Oh, yeah.
She does. She's great. In fact, I'm going to put her to work and have her do some vocals.
I like that.
Instead of VG.
Yeah.
Bring it.
No offense to VG, but,
No, but
we've
VG
heard your voice enough. Yeah.
No, VG's good.
Yeah.
You mix it in, but
You need a variety.
You can hit those notes.
you mix in a female voice would be awesome.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right?
Beautiful.
Oh, man. Good to see you,
Good to
buddy.
see you. Football.
I know, dude. Let's go. I love new offense. Just seeing them on the field makes me happy.
Well, it was interesting. So it was raining yesterday, right? And usually a bubble practice is way inferior to a field practice. But because we haven't seen this team yet, being in such close proximity to them, because if they're on the field, the defensive line is all the way over there. Sometimes you can't see everything that's going on. On the field, you got Reek Woolen standing here, and I can be like, oh, wow, he is actually way bigger than everybody else in that room. You see Uar Bernard's arms, dragging across the floor. It was fun. And, I was thinking about this just in the sense of, my Little League season wrapped, right? And just, it's so sad that this team will not be together anymore. For these guys to be on the field in the beginning of this journey together, like to get to be part of a team as your job, as your livelihood, what's better than that?
Oh, it's the greatest. You're, what are you, 6U, 7U?
8.
8U.
Yeah. 7 and 8 year olds. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I miss those days.
I miss the kids.
I miss my boys.
I miss the kids.
It's the greatest. Well, you'll get them next year, right?
Yeah, but it won't be the same group. Yeah.
Dude, I know that feeling. It's the best. It is. I got another month left.
Okay, good for you.
So I get to enjoy. Like I look forward to it.
Of course.
Right? Like we have a tournament starts Friday, so we have a Friday night game tomorrow night.
Okay.
So I love.
Close by or how far?
No, actually, it's a close one. Our home tournament.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Warriors. our home tournament.
Warriors.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. So we have a home tournament.
The Warriors.
I freaking love it. I love it. So I'm
What's
very.
This is Massimo?
Well,
Or this is Anthony?
No, this is Massimo.
Okay. What position is he playing?
He's an outfielder.
Okay.
He plays all over the
Drops
outfield.
bombs?
Yeah, he's got a great arm. Yeah,
Okay.
he's got. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. He's got a good arm.
Okay.
Like, you know, yeah, he's working.
You got to show me the swings.
Yeah, I
Let's pause the show.
I have them.
Now, will you guys do fall ball?
They do fall ball. I think my son probably will not do fall ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
You're probably too busy in the fall.
I could not coach in the fall.
Yeah.
So we do. We'll do a little, but we have football.
Right.
Which
is the big one for you.
Yes. Here you go, buddy. Just hold the phone. You can watch. Why I talk to VJ. You know.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, look at that action.
That's the big field too, homie.
That the one where you hit it almost to the wall.
That's great.
Yeah, one hot defense.
That is a live swing.
Yeah,
man. Some elasticity.
A lot of.
They're at the gym like 5:30 a.m. pumping iron.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I love it.
That's
I love
great.
him getting into it.
Yeah.
Like,
good for him.
I got like I'm molding him like I'm.
Well, and for him,
as
like
much as he can't stand it, right? And he's a miserable coming out.
But
like,
then he sees the results, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Cool. Had his black shirt on, t-shirt, and his black sweats like today because it was casual day at school.
Okay.
And walking around with the cologne, too much cologne.
Oh, cologne.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what the cologne is?
Yes.
What is it?
He told me. My wife told me.
Yeah.
And he's keeping it because all these kids love cologne now.
It makes
making a comeback to cologne.
Oh yeah, cologne's huge.
I like it.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
And
Little goes a long way, though.
right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
The car.
Yeah, smell moss coming.
Yeah. He with all the kids, it's a big deal.
And then do all the kids have like a distinct scent? Or do they?
Yeah, they want to.
They don't have their own one.
Well, so he's hiding it from his friends.
Okay, I like
yes.
that.
Oh, wow.
Don't give away the secret.
Yeah, in fact,
we all wore the same back in the day.
My wife.
Polo green or Jacquard, we all wore the same.
Yeah, no, he's hiding it from his friends.
I think that's smart.
Because he doesn't.
How's he get turned on to this?
You want to have a signature scent.
My wife.
Ah.
Because so there's a club that sends you, because it's expensive, right?
Yeah.
So it sends
like
you cheap cologne, like not cheap, but like little samples.
Yeah.
And it's just called Set Bird.
Oh.
What is Massimo's cologne?
VG's writing it down.
Set Bird.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right. What did you see yesterday?
You want to talk about like where guys are playing, or you want to talk about what the football looked like? What do you want to talk about first?
First, I want your overarching what you saw yesterday.
I think the number one takeaway from yesterday, no doubt, is that if you are wondering how different the offense is actually going to look, I think it's going to look pretty different.
Yeah. That's what we were waiting to hear.
It's one practice.
Mannion.
It's OTAs.
Mannion.
But take into account, like, this is them installing the basics, the foundation of the playbook, right? And in the only 11-on-11 drills we saw yesterday, there was a lot of under center, a lot of motion, a lot of play action, and a lot of balls being thrown over the middle of the field.
You sound like Luther Vandross right now.
Now,
I like what I'm hearing.
This could have just been what they were working on this day. Like, let's take the caveats here. But the biggest thing to me was that, having watched them sort of install motion in the past in the Sirianni offense, it's never really felt purposeful. It's kind of like a motion for motion's sake, which I know that Nick has said he doesn't want to do. But, you know, you got Mekhi Lemon racing across the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball. Like, it seems like it is a part of the design of the play in a meaningful way. The under center stuff, I was talking to Fran about this yesterday. I'm curious what you think, cuz I think the under center stuff, it's important, but it's kind of like changing a guy's wardrobe, right? Like, yes, you want to add that to your repertoire, but what really matters is how much is that going to change, like, where the ball actually goes. It's much more important that we see the offense start to throw the ball over the middle of the field a little bit.
Agreed.
Right? And if this is a path to get there, that's great. But what matters more is the dispersion of the ball, especially in a post A.J. Brown world. And, you know, yesterday, the ball was out quick and over the middle of the field. I thought that was good.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Now, I will tell you, I'm a huge proponent of under center, though, because it just allows you to do that more.
Oh yeah, I think,
right?
and it's a much. I mean, if you agree that play action is hugely important, it is a better path to play action.
Yeah.
Right? It is a linebacker is much more likely to bite on under center play action than the shotgun play action.
Right.
You're just
the read option stuff.
So yeah,
that's all based off of crash the ends crashing and knowing the quarterback's not really going to run as much.
Correct.
That's where that comes into it. I also think that the ghost movement works better when you're under center.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to do certain, I think your playbook expands, right?
Yep.
Like so much exponentially, really, when he's under center.
I think that's right. It is one day of OTA practices. I'm not going to tell you that I would laugh if somebody was telling me to care a lot about OTAs. But seriously, it was as encouraging an early sign as you could have seen, especially paired with the way that Jalen talked about Sean Mannion in his press conference afterwards, really being like, you know what, it's been a pleasure to work with him so far. He's answering my questions well. And that's the thing that we've heard about Jalen in the past, right? Is the tension of like how coachable is Jalen sometimes comes down to he wants to know the why behind things. And if he's not thrilled with those answers, he's going to bristle. And I understand that. That's how I am.
Let me ask you a question, though, because I was debating VG on this because VG's a big why guy, too, right? Jalen grew up in this sport. His father was a coach. He's a quarterback his whole life. He understands the why. I'm like, I shouldn't have to tell you why you need to be under center.
Well,
you're a quarterback. You know better than anybody.
But maybe he's testing. You know what I mean? Maybe he's testing to see if the person who's telling him what to do understands it at a basic level. And if they don't, then he doesn't trust them to know the why themselves and implement the why.
I mean,
right? And
but he won't do it if they don't know it. He's gonna.
I'm not saying he won't do it, but if let's go back to the editor. Let's go back to the editor analogy, okay? If you have an editor who tells you to do something that even cut 200 words or whatever, and you agree that that the story will be better if it's tighter, but he's telling you to cut the wrong part, or he doesn't understand actually what the story is that you're trying to tell, you're going to think that guy sucks, and you're going to start to tune him out. Whereas if you have a guy who's like really into the craft of the story and understands the story you're telling and has real good suggestions, then all of a sudden you're going to build a trust with that guy and follow them a little bit more.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree with that.
A little more judgment involved in 2,000 words, cut some words, and just go under center or not under center.
Sure. Right. It's an analogy. It's not perfect.
I know, but it's like go under center. It's like, all right,
well, I guess I've always listen. I
also think that the thing that you're saying about he grew up in the sport, his dad's a coach, that means that he is coming to it with his own knowledge base and his own preferences that are built in. And so if you are asking him to do some different stuff, I do think it's incumbent upon the coaches to explain how this is going to help you.
That's what I think the big why is. How will it help him? Like, you want me to do this, but tell me why. Like, it's going to make you better that way. I think it's more.
Like, that's the thing that's like, to me, it's just evident. Like, you know why. Do I got to tell you why you need to be under center? Really? Like, you know football. Like, Jalen, you know football. You know why you're going to be under center.
But why? But if I can be under center with somebody who knows how to call plays and design an offense under center, if you don't know how to do that, then let's not do it just to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, listen, do I believe that there are, yes, the better, I mean, obviously coaches Ben Johnson that get it. Like, I go back to Ben Johnson because I think he's a brilliant offensive mind. And I think he single-handedly saved Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams is going to be a star, right? Because
I agree with you.
And I think that's because of Ben Johnson. I think there are a lot of players that come out that have tremendous raw ability, but they don't get with good coaches. And good coaches make great players.
I think especially at the quarterback position, it's a huge deal.
I mean, we saw it here years ago, very rudimentary, but the Randall thing, right? Like, Randall got wasted because he had no coaching, no great offensive mind to go, oh, my God, look what I got. let me turn this incredible, all these talents into something special.
And I think why I think the quarterback, for instance, I think wide receiver, a great wide receiver is going to be great pretty much anywhere.
Right.
I think like offensive line is like that a little bit. Running back is like that. Now there are times where you get stuck with a terrible offensive line. You got nothing to work with.
O-line's a little different in that.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
There are schemes that matter, right, for certain guys.
And the idea that the consortium, like working together.
Right. But the quarterback, it comes down to like how is the offense built at a fundamental level, and is it built with the quarterback in mind, and does he understand all of the moving parts? And so I agree with you. I think the quarterback coach dynamic and like how the bones of an offense are built is hugely important.
And here's what I think most important, right? And this is where I think the last guy completely fell off the table. It's giving him the answers, understanding that the answers of right away, seeing what I'm looking at and making that call, that's where the answers come in, right? And when you're getting the play in and there's 5 seconds on the play clock and everything, because you got to make that quick read, I think having some built-in answers in the offense just helps a quarterback. I think that's what he's been lacking. That's what he lacked last year. What I'm hoping is he gives him, because I was told that Mannion's going to make it real easy on him, like real easy to make the quick reads at the line of scrimmage. Built-in answers right off the bat.
That's great, because I think one of the reasons there were no built-in answers last year is because the few years before that, the answer, if the initial design of the play was not there, was for Jalen to run. Right, that was
exactly.
It was read 1, read 2, and go.
Yes.
And if that go part is not there, then you need a little bit more of an elaborate offense that has those built-in answers. And I think that's right. One small little thing I saw yesterday that I was encouraged by was that it was the second or third play in 11-on-11, and they break the huddle and they sprint to the line, and then Jalen gets a little bit more time to read what's going on.
Yeah.
Because we saw so much last season. They're snapping the ball with 2 seconds left, right? And they're not even getting to the line until like 7 seconds.
Oh, he's like this.
It's happening all the time.
Right.
And so for them to be emphasizing that this early, I think is great.
And then you look at the sidelines, like,
Hey, but what was his first practice that people can see? What was Mannion's demeanor like? When you look at him, does he look like a guy who belongs?
I mean, he belongs because he was a former NFL quarterback, right? He knows.
I mean,
he knows what he's
you're
doing.
A coach, so it's
I think so. And he was a little bit under the radar. It's not like he's not demonstrative out there like Nick. He's off to the side making the play calls, but yeah, he belonged.
Cool.
Yeah, you got like I don't need him to be go college.
Quiet confidence is great.
Whatever. I just want competency.
Yeah.
Here's the test. What I really want Jalen to do is when things break down, I just don't want the quick sprint out right.
Yeah.
All right? I just don't want that. I want a step up into the pocket. I want slide step. That's where I think he needs a quarterback coach that can really work with his pocket presence and slide and finds. Listen, all shorter quarterbacks need throwing lanes.
Yeah.
They all do. It's why the play action and moving the quarterback, moving the pocket, it's all designed to get throwing lanes. That's to me the next iteration of Jalen. He used his legs to give him space to throw before. Now he's got to use pocket presence. Step up, slide step, see the windows.
I do think that is probably the toughest thing to develop, to really change.
Well, you need a great coach to be able to do that.
Right, I know. And I think if Jalen is able to do that, I will be super impressed by the coaches, but also him, because like actually rewiring your instincts in moments like that is really difficult, right? And to your point, like if he's in the pocket later in the down, the ball probably has to go to the outside just based on where the throwing lanes are then, right? And if you want him to get the ball over the middle, I think the ball's got to come out quick.
Yes and no. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree to it. I agree to a degree.
Yeah, it's not dogmatic.
I mean, I see quarterbacks that work the middle of the field.
Yeah, but taller guys usually.
Yeah, I mean,
look
at Golf.
Yeah.
Look at Golf. Look at Purdy.
He's taller than Jalen, but yeah, you're right.
Golf's not 6'5".
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, those guys, that skill, I think Jalen could do that skill. So I need that. Like, I need that. He should be better. He should be better than that. Like, I need him to get that skill, because that's what will make him. I think that's what will make his evolution as a quarterback.
Right.
Will happen.
Jalen 3.0.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Like, if you're going to go spend $60 million on $65 million on a quarterback, I need you to do that.
I think that's fair. Either that or be this super dynamic runner, but I don't think we're going to see that.
No, and look, at this stage of his career, I don't think I want to see that. I don't think I think that you're playing with fire when you do that.
Probably so. But then maybe you move on.
But everybody slows down. Like, hold the thought. Let me just take a quick TO. I love this. I love the fact that you're here. He's actually talk quarterback. I'm not getting trolled by VG and Chooch. Too soon. He said it's too soon to talk football. Chooch and VG.
There's only one other sport happening.
Surprised the guy from the Eagles show doesn't think it's too early. Wow. Shocking.
We want to talk Sixers right now?
Now, what would you talk about? In fact, tomorrow, I'll let you lead. I'll let you go do the work, and you lead.
3 hours on Jameer Nelson.
Yeah, I do a half hour Jameer, do some beer talk, do some different strains.
I'm sure that'll be scintillating.
Herbs.
Do some beer talk.
Yeah, some herb talk.
Yeah.
Just listen. He's got the
talk about the new singles coming out.
For 3 seconds, I'm already asleep.
New release Friday on Spotify. We'll talk about some new releases, maybe.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's the summer. We're just in relax mode.
Oh God. In fact, let me stay as far away from here as possible. If that's the case. My God. All right, let's talk about some of our friends. Let's talk about Parks Casino, Street Road, Bed, Salem. You want to make a night out in the summer. You don't have to go to the shore. You go to Ben Salem, Street Road exit, and you got incredible night out. And you can stay over now. The Parks View Hotel. Yeah, baby, you can make a whole night of it. Whole thing. Enjoy yourself at some of the great restaurants and all about the acts. Here you go. Headliners. Coming November 7th, comedian Chris D'Elia. How about comedian Michelle Wulf, December 8th? How about Roger Daltrey, September 25th?
Ooh.
Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong, September 21st.
VG's interested.
Classic Rock America, October 31st. Kiss frontman Gene Simmons on July 24th. August 22nd, Ben Bankus, the great comedian, and magician Michael Carbonaro, The Carbonaro Effect, September 19th. Gotta check it all out, parkscasino.com to buy tickets. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Parks Casino. Wawa's got tacos. Tacos. Oh, Wawa expanding its freshly prepared food lineup with new seasoned beef tacos available for a limited time. Built to deliver bold, craveable flavor in every bite. We're talking warm, soft tortillas filled with Wawa's savory, juicy, boldly seasoned beef, plus fresh toppings that you can customize your way. You got options too, from seasoned beef, chicken, steak, black beans, shredded cheddar cheese. Pick up 2 spreads like salsa roja, garlic aioli, barbecue, ranch, buffalo, chipotle, and you top it off with shredded lettuce, salsa, fire-roasted corn, onions, or pickled jalapenos, all packed in a 6-inch soft flour tortilla, making it perfect handheld or on-the-go option. Seasoned beef tacos doesn't stop, all right? It's available across the full lineup, including burritos, bowls, and quesadillas, so you can mix and match and build the meal that fits your appetite. But don't wait. The lineup is only here for a limited time while supplies last. Next time you're at Wawa, grab a taco and find your new go-to order. Jules, is it bad that I want to lock VG in the elevator and let him sit in there for like 45 minutes and watch it and hear the
You have a little camera to watch it.
Throw him in the hole.
Yeah.
That would be great TV. Let's go to VG, locked in the elevator.
Put up a GoPro.
And you see him like this on the wall.
Dude, that'd be
And
like,
then
trying to.
all of a sudden, the door at the top opens up and you drop a spider in.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
Oh,
God.
I just fight.
No, a
Okay,
rat.
I
I would drop a rat in there and watch him.
Oh, that would
I'd hear
now
him
that would
shriek.
Yeah.
Oh, the shrieks
The
would
rat I can't
happen.
do.
That would be awesome.
Evan's pest control.
Watch him melt. All right, let's get back to it. So the I love talking about this.
Quarterback. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it looked good. I mean, the defense was way ahead of the offense, as you would expect at this stage. But I thought it was very encouraging to see.
Well, let's
Jalen.
get back to the idea about running quarterback, like the idea, because you brought up the running quarterbacks. I think there's a shelf life to it.
I think that's totally fair, and I think you would be wary of committing, 60 million, 65 million long term every year for a guy who wins that way. I think that's fair.
I mean, I even saw Lamar, who's the greatest at it, take a step back. Mahomes, who's the most elusive and the greatest winner at using it, has taken a step back at that stuff.
I would like to see Jalen get to something approximating the Mahomes level, where it is a tool in the toolbox.
Yes,
and it is a break glass in case of emergency thing. And I would like to see there be, 2 designed runs a game, something like that, just to keep the defense honest. But yeah, I would like to see him be winning from the pocket.
And I have no issues with a couple design runs, quarterback draw, a sprint to the outside, something where I just don't want to imperil.
And something where
here's the thing. I don't want to go, man, it's December and my quarterback is banged up.
Again, yeah. I agree with you.
I mean, I remember at the end of that year, he looked slow going toward the sidelines.
Last year?
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah.
And I think
he
that
was not as dynamic last year.
I think it comes from getting beat up. Like, I'm ready for you to take that next step.
Let's see if he does it.
I'm hoping, man. It's the offense. Like you got Barkley. All right, let's go to where was the talk around AJ yesterday? What are you gleaning about that thing and the idea about the number 1 pick and compensation?
It's all like sort of meager posturing at this point. I think there's a deal done. I think he's going to the Patriots on like June 3rd.
Yeah.
And I think it'll probably be for a 2028 first round pick. That's my guess. I think it's done. Jalen already talked. He's just like, we'll never replace the greatness that we had. But they're not.
No, they're not pining for him.
They're not playing this game. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
he's gone.
Yeah. What'd you see from Lemon? Just watching body movement.
Spent the whole time in the slot. Now, Dontavian Wicks was not there, and Hollywood Brown was not taking part in team drills. So remember that. But Lemon spent most of the day working with the ones. We saw a lot of Johnny Wilson with the ones, which was a bit of a surprise, but I think that's because of those other guys who were gone.
Yeah,
Wicks, he's still around?
Still around.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought,
nice.
Lemon had a drop. That's fine. What it is, to me, more encouraging that he's working with the ones. Jalen is throwing him the ball. He's showing the ability to get open in the middle of the field. A drop on the second day of OTAs is fine. It was encouraging.
Wicks, we're going to see a lot of Wicks. It's going to be interesting. Devontae, and I think he's up for it because I love Devontae, but there's a lot of pressure on him now. Now he's going to have to be, without AJ. It's interesting because it's almost like this is what AJ wants, where he's the double-digit target guy every week.
Right.
Well, Devontae
is going to have to be.
Has to be Smith and Jigba light.
I think that's
very
right.
light.
And I think we are, because we have sat with this AJ thing for so long, and everybody's sort of tired of it. We have, I think, been more willing to buy into the idea that they're going to be able to sort of replace him in the aggregate, like they're going to spread the ball out a little bit more than might actually be likely. I like Mekhi Lemon. A bunch of teams that needed receivers passed on him. He only ran a 4.5. This was not a great receiver draft. Wide receivers drafted around that range do not always pan out. He might just be okay. Dontavian Wicks, Packers are a team that wants to win the Super Bowl. They lost Romeo Doubs, and they were still willing to just let this guy go. Maybe there's a reason behind that. Hollywood Brown has never really panned out.
Yeah, man.
Like there's a chance that this wide receiver core is pretty mid.
Ooh,
and so like Devontae really does need to be a star.
I mean, I like the fact that there's a report he's calling and talking to other ones and former ones. See the difference. Yeah, I saw a report where he's trying to do a little research, the mentality of being the 1-1. Okay. It's all in his mind. But yeah,
I'm not worried about Devontae's mentality.
You're not worried about Devontae. I think Devontae's a great receiver. I'm worried about, can he hold up?
Right.
Being the one?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a difference doing it for 17 weeks and the playoffs. Like, can he hold up? Period. And I do worry about, listen, Mekhi, I think, is obviously built for the slot. I did all the tape. I watched all his tape. When he struggled was against Notre Dame, who's got 2 NFL-type corners, and press man.
And pressing him, yeah. So hopefully the idea of him being
in motion
so often, getting him some free releases helps him out.
I always feel like a slot guy's got a little more speed, though.
I agree with you, but Edelman wasn't that fast.
I mean, it depends. I mean, they come in different forms.
Right.
And if you can find space, like he's a space kid. He's got strong hands. Like I don't expect a lot of. I know he dropped one yesterday. I don't expect a lot of drops. He's a competitor. Like he fights for the ball.
I think it's good that this is not someone who they are inheriting. Mannion is in theory building the offense with him in mind.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I think that matters.
Talk to me about the tight ends, because we spent a decent amount of time talking about it. You got Goddard.
Yep.
And now Stowers, who's going to be like, this is a big deal. Will he be a willing blocker? We were talking about guys who were no block tight ends.
Yeah.
Right? Who became a tight end? I asked Baldy. Tony Gonzalez was a basketball player at Cal.
Yeah.
Became a very good blocker. Of course, he worked at it every day.
Yeah.
Right? Marcus Pollard was a guy, another basketball player, who became a pretty good blocker.
Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, that does not. That's why Tyler Warren is there.
Well, yeah.
Because they had
I think it's going to be a slower.
Mo Alley Cox.
I think it's going to be a slower burn with Eli Stowers. I think he took 1 rep with the ones yesterday. Johnny Munt is going to be involved. Is going to be on the field. Calcaterra was ahead of Stowers yesterday. This is early, but
you're going to be running 12.
And who's he going to be on the field over?
Like, can Munt catch anything? Is like if he's on the field, it's a guaranteed run play.
No, it's not a run play.
They made sure to get him the ball once yesterday. They didn't throw the ball yesterday.
And that's what teams do. Teams with the Johnny Munts of the world throw to him one time.
Yeah, you got to do it exactly just to prove that you will. I think that Stowers is more of a future investment. Mekhi Lemon is going to be in the offense, very involved right away. Stowers is going to have to earn his participation.
So you're going to run 11 a lot, 11.
I think it's going to be 12 with Goddard and Munt.
I mean, Johnny Munt.
I'm a fan of the Munt.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're going to have to. You're going to have to. Man's going to have to be creative.
Man, Bo just taking the wind out of our sails today.
And you're going to have to.
I don't know, man. Great sign yesterday.
Get back in the elevator.
That Eli Stowers is going to be the rookie of the year.
And you're going to have to run. And you're going to have to. You're going to have to run the ball. It's why, dude, I would have did anything to go get my boy from Oregon, Kenyon Sadiq. Because I think he's more.
Do you think if the Jets take Lemon?
I think he's more important than Lemon.
Do you think if the Jets take Lemon instead of Sadiq, that's who the Eagles trade up for?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't ask that question because the GMs hate that question. And GMs, they hate hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Which I get it.
Yeah, but they had a plan in place.
Yeah, but from what I heard, I don't know. I think they were all about to get the receiver.
Okay.
And I go back to messages, my conversations with Howie that go back to March that he loved Lemon.
Yeah.
Because I'll give you quite frankly, I was like on Lemon
At first.
and I was talking to Howie and I was like, "You like him?" And he's like, "Baller," and he went on and on about him. I'm like, I'm watching him against the Irish press coverage, press man, and he's not getting free. And he's like, well, look at it. And then I watched every one of his games. And when he was working his slot, did some nice things.
I mean, it does worry me. Like we talked earlier, Howie loving Lemon. Howie's not been the greatest judge of college receivers transitioning. I mean, Devontae, the Heisman Trophy winner, basically was the last one left that he had to move up and
Who
get
did
him.
he fail at?
Rager.
Well, I mean, that was
Arcega Whiteside.
But that was I don't think that was Howie.
I think the concern with Lemon, I wouldn't even call it a concern. I think that he is the kind of player who requires being thought of when the scheme is being made and when the plays are designed. How are we going to get him open? He is not A.J. Brown. You line him up on the outside and he's going to win one-on-one.
Is he the biggest question I have is he a fit with Jalen?
Yeah, I agree.
We're
going to find out.
That'll be interesting.
Morty Duke says, Cuss thought Howie was talking about Rita's, and he said, oh, I love Lemon too.
All right, sit tight. 1 second. We're going to take a quick TO. The great Bo Wulf hanging out with us. Love Philly. Bo loves Philly. Lives right in town. We love Valley Forge, too. How about that when you need a quick getaway and you're like, I can't do the airport and I'm not some overcomplicated travel plan and I don't want to drive 7 hours in traffic. That's why Montgomery County, Pennsylvania is such a getaway spot. For us, it's a little bit of everything. History, shopping, entertainment, outdoor adventure, great food, all just outside the city. You can spend a day exploring Valley Forge National Historical Park. Hit the shops at KOP. Check out live entertainment or explore some of the little quaint small towns. Hidden gems throughout Montgomery County. And with America celebrating 250 years this summer, there's never been a better time to experience the history and the stories that help shape this country. Whether it's a couples trip, family weekend, sports road trip, or just a chance to unplug for a few days, Montgomery County makes it easy to get away without going far. Plan your trip, book your stay, start your retreat today. valleyforge.org. That's valleyforge.org. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
You're a golfer in Philly and you're not part of the Gap yet. You're leaving a ton on the table. Gap, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, is your all-access pass to the best golf in the area. Their member play days get you on the top private clubs and premier golf courses you normally can't even touch, and it's all in a relaxed, fun format. No pressure, just great golf. And when you join, you get a GIN handicap, which changes everything. It levels the playing field, tracks your game over time, and makes every round actually mean something. Plus, for a low annual cost, you unlock access to events, championships, discounted tee times in the entire Gap network. It's the hub for amateur golf in the greater Philadelphia area. Getting started is pretty easy. Just visit gapgolf.org and click join or get a handicap. You can sign up for the online USGA Gap Club for just $55 and get instant access to your membership and get a handicap, or you can host your own handicap through a local public or private golf course that offers Gap. Once you're in, you're in. Events, exclusive courses, all of it. Go to gapgolf.org and get started today.
All right. It's why I love, we were just talking about, I love talking about this stuff.
Yesterday was like the, not quite the unveiling of the curtain.
Yeah.
But just like lifting up the skirt a little bit of it. Like you saw a little ankle yesterday.
Rehearsal.
Yeah. Like, what's this going to look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little rehearsal action in the back.
Yeah, it was nice.
I thought it was, I was trying to find, Nick always says something that he talks too much. And we said there's an inherent thing that Mannion may be here for the future. I didn't think it was great when Nick was like, wow, this Mannion, he's here before. I haven't beat him here once, and I haven't left later than him once.
I will say that is in the context of everybody who we have talked to who has worked with Sean Mannion, whether it's Floor or Halfley or even guys like Clint Kubiak, they all talk about like nobody works harder than this guy, and I can sort of take or leave that sometimes. Like, like don't tell me how hard you work. No, he's not the one saying it himself.
Right. But I hear that. I've heard that for years.
Okay,
I don't know,
but I've heard it enough that it does seem like this is a real differentiator for this guy. Yeah. It doesn't matter how hard you're working if you're not working smart.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure Kevin Petullo wasn't, not working.
At least it's consistent messaging. So I don't know. It is clearly a part of who this guy is.
Yeah, Nick better watch out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be broadcast that to the fan base. Man, this guy's here before me. He leaves after me.
Who are we talking about with the trade? Oh, Fran? Who was it?
Oh, we were saying if the offense looked great, but they didn't achieve what you wanted to, and a team wanted to interview Mannion for the head coach job.
It's a really narrow thing to find.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see one team trade for Nick.
Oh, trading for Nick? Oh, I would be surprised.
Fran thought that someone might trade for him.
Was it Fran or somebody else?
Yeah, we were talking to Franny about it.
I don't see it.
I don't see that either. Because also,
and I'll tell you right
now, it doesn't
now,
really make sense because if you are thinking of doing that, it means that you're willing to move on from him anyway, and then the other team can just wait you out.
I don't think that if something happened and Mannion got an offer, I don't think the Eagles would be that quick to let him go. I know
it's possible.
Grizzard.
I don't know.
Grizzard is here.
But
I don't think it's because he could then take over the. I think they're looking at Mannion going, I think Mannion could be in the future.
I think when you see
that
him,
would surprise me.
When you see him talk, he sounds like the future.
Really? That would surprise you?
What is the outcome where you want to fire Nick but keep the offensive coordinator? It's like a very narrow, the offense looks great, but the team.
No, I think, it's if his annex on the sidelines. And he's like acting, Jeffrey's not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's not about firing him as much as
forcing him to retire.
No.
Another team. On Mannion.
No, if Mannion gets a lot of heat, I don't think they'll be that quick to, your associate head. I could see them doing something. I'm telling you, I think they like Mannion more than
Yeah.
It's
hard. I don't know how.
I don't know. I don't know how he's going to be. They don't know how he's going to be, but I think they have an idea.
Yeah.
And I don't think put it this way, I don't think the footing is that solid underneath Nick.
No, I agree with that.
I
just
optics are one thing, and I don't think they care about it.
I'm not saying Nick is guaranteed to have the job in perpetuity. I just the idea that the team would be good enough that you love the offense.
I hear you talk about the optics of it all and how it all work out, but I don't think they care about that.
I agree. All I'm saying is, it's hard for me to envision the season they have, sideline antics aside, where it's like, oh, we got to keep this offensive guy around, but the team didn't do well enough and we have to fire the head coach.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I mean? Especially assuming the defense is going to be good.
How about if the team has a decent season? They win a playoff game. Offense looks good. Someone's like, wow, this Mannion's sharp. Look what he did with this offense in 1 year. And they're going to let Mannion go. And they're going to do this offensive coordinator search all over again.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'll put it this way.
It's a possibility.
It's interesting. It's just an interesting dynamic, which makes them completely fascinating. All right, time to go through the year. What are we, Jules?
1978.
Moment in time. We've been going Eagles through the years.
Okay.
All right. Brought to us by Valley Forge. A moment in time. We started 50 years, right?
Wow.
Then 76. We are up to 78. And 78 marks the Eagles' first playoff appearance in a long time.
Okay.
Since 1960.
Really?
Since the championship
18
team.
years without a playoff appearance.
And they finally make the playoffs, Bo. In 1978, Dick Vermeil's third year, Roger Worski's second year.
Right there.
Look at that. They were 9-7. And they wind up losing. It's a shame. I remember the game. Kind of. I shouldn't say that. I do recall losing on a field goal. Is that right?
I don't know. I'll find the schedule.
To the Falcons.
In the playoffs?
Yes.
They lost. What's the score here? 14-13.
And then they missed an extra point or a field goal or something.
I don't have a
Click on the game.
Come on, man.
Jeez.
You gotta do something.
I don't know. They got outscored 14-0.
Yeah, missed extra point.
There you go, Bo. He can't read that. So
I don't know where to look.
13. They took a. They were up 13-0.
Wow.
This is going into the fourth. This is the story we've been going along. They've had place kicker problems going into this year, and this guy held it down. This what's his name? Micah Meyer?
Nick Mickemeyer.
Mickemeyer, yeah. He held the job all year, but I guess he missed an extra point in the playoffs.
Wow.
Isn't this
they're up
Miracle
13-0 going into the fourth.
Yes, it is.
Miracle of the Meadowlands?
That had to be that season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they needed
78.
either Minnesota or Green Bay to lose.
That was 78.
And it was Christmas Eve, too.
Wow. It was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Body boat a
12:30 game.
Come on. Christmas Eve haunted for the Eagles. Let's get it off the schedule.
Wow.
I agree with that.
See, they were playing football back then on Christmas Eve.
It was a playoff game. I don't know.
And it was a Sunday. It wasn't a Wednesday.
A little different, yeah.
Wow, dude, they were playing playoff games on Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're only playing 14 games.
That's wild.
16 games at that point, right?
That's crazy. All right. Wait. I asked for the cologne, for Massimo's cologne.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife goes, I'm not allowed to reveal it.
Oh,
She signed an NDA.
Good for her.
Come on, man.
Good for her.
Come on, I need it. I need to tell the audience.
Can't have.
I'm not allowed to reveal.
There might
why.
be some other parents watching. She's probably right. Can't give it out. It's a trade secret.
That's a friggin' Fonzie. I got a big beef with him. That kid. All right. Today,
Hysterical.
why don't you tell people what we're doing? Because I'm excited about this.
I'm excited too. After the show, you're not going to get to see this for probably a couple weeks. Me, you, Fran, and our friend Tim McManus. We are doing this thing over the course of the summer where we are ranking and unveiling the top 26 Eagles since 2000, so of the century, right? As the Eagles enter their 27th season. And there's so many fascinating conversations about how do you rank these guys, both like within a position. How do you compare, a guy like T.O., who has one interstellar season, versus a guy like Brent Selleck, who is like a servant of the franchise for 10
He will not
years.
make my
right. But like
just
that's
so you know. Right.
Do you value playoff legacy performance versus the everyday regular season guy, and all of this stuff? And so
we were going to go position by position, right?
Position by position today, but within that, have conversations. And I think there's a fascinating
But the ranking, it's regardless of position.
The ranking is regardless of position. But we will talk. This is what we're doing today. Is like a nice long, just open-ended 2-hour conversation about how this all sorts out. Who's underrated? Like who do the youngins not appreciate from the early part of the 2000s?
I love it.
Yeah, Hugh Douglas probably underrated, right?
Guess what? Look in the corner. The toughest position.
Corner. Oh my God, I totally agree with you. Corner is stacked.
I mean, if you look at it from the Troy and Bobby to Lito, Sheldon to I think the best, Quinyon and Cooper.
And then there's also Asante and Slay.
Oh wait, yeah, Asante. I mean, and Darius, that's unbelievable.
Loaded.
Great D-backs, man.
Yeah.
This is D-backs.
You know what? It's a good...
That's a great test.
It's a great way to appreciate the way that the Eagles have been built.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that you could do this exercise with another team and there would be like 7 offensive linemen probably going to be in the rankings.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, think about offensive linemen and corners.
And corner, yeah. You know Safety. Edge is good. I think I was a little bit surprised defensive tackle. You got Fletch. I don't know that anybody else is going to make this list.
No Andy Harmon?
No, he's 90s. Corey, no.
Right, just on the outside.
No.
You know.
I mean, if it was really another year in, the Beast.
I don't know that he gets on.
The Beast, if he has a year this year, he's on.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Like he's at the cusp.
You could make the case.
He's at the cusp.
Yeah. And so is Quinion and so is Cooper, but
I don't know, dude. I think the two of them.
You would put them in your top 26.
I think so, dude.
I don't know.
I think so. I love these two. Oof. I think these two are special beyond special.
VG, how would you rank Westbrook, Shady, Saquon?
Saquon, Westbrook, Shady.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Saquon basically off the back of 1 year at the top?
It's just ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know how you
just
discount that.
Year.
I mean, I hear you. How do you discount that year?
I'm not saying discount it at all.
In the history of the franchise.
That's why he gets on the list, but it's 1 year.
Yeah, but it's the greatest year in the history of the franchise. Wow, it's tough.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Crack open some beers.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
I'm in.
The Ghost in the Shell is the name of the cologne.
Oh, she gave it out.
Yes. The Ghost in the Shell is the name of the cologne. And it's actually nice. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. A lot of fun, buddy. VG.
It's a
Jules Rules.
Fusion of liquid scented aqua and yuzu bring to life a citrusy metallic freshness.
The Ghost in the Shell. There you go. It's my 13-year-old. Oh, God. Everybody, we love you guys. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Friday. Football Friday.
We all silly like the mayor.